There we go. All right. Yeah, we got an earlier stream today. Got a dinner to go to at 6. So that's why we're doing this. Yesterday, I just had a bunch of shit to do, to catch up on, to get ready for recording, mostly mowing the lawn, because that had been put off for like 2.5 weeks in San Diego. The Wednesday before San Diego was the last time I was able to mow, and it was an effort. It's been raining every day for the last week. And then league. And then league, of course. Yeah, of course, Matt. League at 8. Well, no, not tonight. Not at that time. You know how it goes. I got House of the Dragon tonight. I've got Superman I gotta record tonight, and My Hero I need to record tonight. And then league. What's up, 10K? I would love, I won't make the live today. It's my grandma's birthday, and it's the first one since she passed away, so it's going to be a hard day for me and my family. I do have 2 questions, though, if that's okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully, I understand that. Take the time for yourself, and yeah, we'll see what your questions are. What are your thoughts on Kit Connor as Scott Summers? I think it's pretty sick as hell. I guess there's been a lot of people complaining that Nightcrawler is being too much of a Catholic. Well, one of those was a question. Sorry for the long messages today. Isn't a good day. Those weren't long, and you're good. You're good. But there's only one question here. What are thoughts on Scott Summers? I mean, fine. I'd say pretty solid casting. Like, you look at Kit Connor, I'm like, throw the visor on him in the suit, and that's Cyclops right there. But as far as like Nightcrawler being too Catholic, I'm sorry, that's Nightcrawler. Cry me a river. Like, what the fuck? Let's see. Saw the Odyssey last week. Give it an 8.8 out of 10. How did we get the 8.8 in that review? Spider-Man was an 8.5 at first, and then I saw it a second time, and now it's a 9. Near perfect, my opinion. Lanterns next week. I'm honestly ready for it. Looks great. Just hope the DCU gets better. I'm seeing Supergirl again on digital this week. And how are you? Excited for D23 news? Dude, I'm so excited. You know, Marvel, Disney, all that other stuff can go fuck itself. I don't care. All I care about in D23 right now is what on earth the Kingdom Hearts panel is going to be. Let's see. What's up, Christian? Started watching X-Men, the animated series recently, and it's really good so far. Are we talking about like the original one, like from the 90s? Or are we talking a different one? I assume that one, but I don't want to also assume that one. I might not be here for long because there might be Brand New Day spoilers, and I can only watch it when it releases on digital. Well, that's unfortunate. So yes, definitely tread lightly. While I might not bring it up, if it's brought up, I'm not really going to complain about it this time around. Random question, but do you like boneless chicken or bone-in? Bone. Give me bone. Bone. Boneless chicken is just a giant chicken nugget, which is fine, but it's not chicken. It's not well, I mean, it's chicken, but like, give me the bone. Will I be seeing Clayface movie when it releases? I'm going to try. I would like to. I've seen all of the DCU in theaters so far, so we'll keep that trend going. Perfect. I needed this. The week felt too long and hard. Giggity. How's everybody's Sunday so far? So far, I've had 3.5 hours of sleep. 3? 3. Yeah. So I just woke up. We'll see how the rest of it plays out, though. What's up, Lana? How are you? Did I see George R. R. Martin is working on a new Dunk and Egg novella instead of the next main Winds of Winter book? Honestly, this point, I'd rather have more Dunk and Egg than Winds. The thing is, like, there's still another book after Winds, so, like, even if we get Winds, we still haven't got the end of that story. We're never gonna know. I mean, it might be leaked at some point after the fact if anybody, like, dumps it out eventually, but as far as, like, plot details, he said he wasn't going to have anybody else write it for him, so if he dies before it's complete, it will remain incomplete, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, at this point, sure, Dunk and Egg, if he can get something done, get something done. I mean, hell, at this point, just fucking chill out. His health is declining. Just relax, just kick back, just stop. Don't promise us anything more at this point. What's up, Jesse? Hi. What's up, Kaylee? What's up, Sarah? League at 8. Comic Man. Go check out Matthew's playthrough of Kingdom Hearts. Support it so we can get more videos. I just finished that last night while I was rendering a thing. Your latest episode, by the way. Send us some of the rain. Europe is burning right now. Happily, at this point. What's up, Batman? Good afternoon, Omni. Hope you're having a good week and great day and better week. That's what happens when you read things out of order. I do know how it goes. Ugh. I'm sorry that my schedule is so fucked. Some things I have to adhere to a time to because I can't move when House of the Dragon comes out. That blame HBO for that one. Every other night, though, it's the result of my own actions. What's up? Did I see we're rumored to be getting the Aegon's Conquest movie. I can't in English. Yeah, I struggled getting that one out myself. It's not rumored anymore. It was previously rumored. It is now confirmed that we are going to be getting an Aegon's Conquest movie. What's up, Stairface? Happy Sunday, my dudes. Got a super chat here. Lucas Oliver. Am I the only one who thinks the DCU Batman shouldn't be delayed just because Matt Reeves' Batman was delayed? Eventually, comparisons will be made. I know they were trying to keep them from overlapping in general, but I don't think that's the reason we don't have a lot of news on Batman in the DCU, unless something was said that I'm not aware of. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't aware that there was a correlation between the two, and the reason one keeps getting pushed back. I don't know. But thank you for the super chat. What's up here? We got a hi Matt, saw the Kingdom Hearts video. You can thank Omni for that. I mean, yeah, there was some pressure. There was definitely some like nudge pressure. For sure. And it's actually just for me. That's all it is. Helping my mom paint because her and her 2 younger brothers are changing rooms. Help me! I have like 6 brothers and 1 sister, so I'm putting this all on my background to chill. That's a chunky family there. 6 brothers, 1 sister. Oh, and my 2 younger brothers helping my mom. Okay, sorry. I thought when I initially read that, I read that as you're helping your mom and her 2 younger brothers. I missed that whole and my 2. So I was like, I'm so confused at this point. Just finished My Adventures Superman episode 9. It was fantastic. I know you will enjoy it very, very much. Hell yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't believe the season finale for House of the Dragon is tonight. These weeks went by so fast. It really did. And next weekend is Lanterns. No Sunday breaks for me. No Sunday breaks for me, unfortunately. Finally watched Nosferatu. Don't know what's wrong with my brain. But if I was her, I would have just went with Bill and loved heavily Ever After. I still need to see that. I've never seen the original. I haven't seen the new one either. Let's see. Let's see. Greetings from the UK, Omni. Really enjoying being part of your Patreon crew. Trying to recall if you mentioned any plans regarding the pit. Well, I mean, only that it almost won our last poll. It was neck and neck for the longest time, and well, it lost by 1 vote. You could have been that vote, Joe. You could have been that. Well, I mean, it would have tied, and I guess it would have been up to me. But it lost the last poll by 1 vote. And Our Flag Means Death won. There's a strong chance, though, that afterwards, once we're done with Our Flag Means Death, it could sweep. But we will see. That's what I'm thinking. What Kingdom Hearts news are we getting? I need the release date. Rah! A release date, I think, would be maybe ask a little bit much, but we'll see. Very specific with my ratings. I don't know how. Odyssey was dragged out in some parts for my liking, but wasn't a fan of Tom Holland's character in the film. Personally, Tom was great, though. Yeah, but to talk off point 2, like, I need, what's your grading scale? What's your worksheet? How do we get an 8.8? Is it okay if I rejoin this live? Something to get my mind to my grandma, since she's like a second mom to me because she was my best friend. I mean, more than welcome. You don't have to ask me to rejoin. Do that at your leisure. The original series from the 90s. Hell yeah. Sick. Leave me and my large chicken nuggies alone. Don't be disrespecting chicken nuggies. Omni, you're on thin ice, mate. That name has been cast in Legend of Zelda movie. She's literally the perfect casting for Impa. Yeah, I saw that casting announcement, and I agree. I'm still like not like sold completely on this movie, but we'll see. I just wish it was animated. I don't know. I get it. We want to do the cool live action Lord of the Rings, Legend of Zelda movie, but I kind of would have wished it was just a bit animated. I still have no idea how to say that woman's name, though. I need to look that up at some point. Me side-eyeing you on my TV while I eat my vegan nuggets. Well, that's even worse than what I was talking about. I tease. I really hope with the resurgence of the DCU that we get to see the Watchmen come back. The first true dark, gritty adult DCU movie. Yeah, I can. I mean, listen, I mean, they don't really do a little too early for that, but maybe one day. Promise want to love you with messages today. It's going to be spread apart. All good. We all love spreading apart. Please see both Spidey and Odyssey cross the 1 billion pound mark. Is that pounds or is that euro? I never remember. That's pounds, right? Especially with the shit slinging that was aimed at Nolan's movie. A victory for common sense and decency. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Heartstopper, I won't deny Kit Connor is perfect casting for Cyclops. He was the leader of the rugby team, so it makes sense. He's a strong leader from what I saw. He's also built like a brick house. And he's, I don't know, he just looks like Scott. Dude, I was learning something I think you should know. Okay. Which the Batman and Clayface both really fit that dark and gritty style. Let's see. What's up, Craig? How's it going? When you react to Doctor Who, or did you already do one? I'm dumb. I mean, I had watched a majority. I had watched the show in real time on my own time before I even had the channel. I only started. I have reacted to Doctor Who, but I only was able to start with Jodie. I didn't even get to do Jodie's whole run. I don't think. Actually, I can't remember. But I've done some of Jodie's run and Ncuti, and the specials there within. But I had already watched everything else prior to that, so there was no reacting to all of those. I've also seen all of Classic Who. Let's see. Hello, JCYT. Adi Shankar is, in fact, a supporter of a certain Tangerine that was spotted at some of his rallies. I don't know what that means. What's up, Darren? What's up, Slavic and Savic? Hell yeah. Actually, you were in here earlier. I just was acknowledging the name again. Didn't know if it was confirmed or not. What's your overall thoughts of Spider-Man 2, the game? Because I started a new game plus, and I still love it. And what's your favorite suit? Mine is Spider 299. I don't remember what my favorite suit was. I know I mean, obviously I had one, but I can't remember which one I rocked most of the time. I like it. I don't understand like the amount of hate that Spider-Man 2 gets. I really don't. I liked it quite a bit. Do I like it as much as the first game? Probably not, but I liked it quite a lot. Let's see. I saw a fan went to a convention George was at and asked him if he'll get someone else to write the rest of his story. That wasn't the bad part. She also said that, George, you're dying soon. Oh my God. Took offense to that. I get it. But there was a better way she could have phrased that, or maybe not have said it at all. Why would you say that at all? Why would you say that at all? That's so rude. You're going to die soon. How about you fucking do your job? Like, what the fuck? Get that. That's fucked. Saw Spider-Man Brand New Day with my mom and two sisters in 3D. We loved it. Hell yeah. Glad you enjoyed. Let's see. I would personally love to see a reaction to Hitchhiker's Guide Across to the Galaxy. Well, check it out. It exists. It's already on the channel. Go watch it. Just curious, do you have any really good friends who are like family to you? I do. I have a very tight-knit group of friends. We've been friends since fucking forever at this point. So yes. And it grows. Good old Matt here is inseparable at this point. We play League every night. Sometimes Destiny. Sometimes other things I can't think of at the moment. It's more like there are plans to play other things, but then there's timing is a problem on the other front. 2026 has potential to be one of the best years for movies in a long time. End of Oak Street, Clayface, Dune 3, Doomsday, Jumanji 3. Some of these are questionable. Resident Evil, Digger, Whalefall? What's that? Wildwood. Dude, Wildwood looks sick. Godzilla -0. Is it winning or are we drinking wine? It's whining because we drink wine. My wine glass is dirty, so I'm drinking my wine from this mug today. But I promise you, it's there. Oh my God, can we finally talk about Spider-Man? Remember what I asked you last time about a certain spot in space? What do you think it means? I have like 3 theories. All I can tell you is that any of my theories involving the post-credit scene is it's not Tom. It's not this Peter. But that leaves it open to which Peter I think that is. We will see. We also do wine. Yes, Rebecca. Sometimes we do wine. WHINE. That can definitely happen at some times. Let's see. It did say we could talk about it this week. I want to hear your theories. I mean, I think it's either Andrew or fucking Toby being summoned to Battle World or something of the sort. Yeah, well, we're all part Scottish and Puerto Rican because my mom's dad was from Puerto Rico. But yeah, we've been painting for 7 hours, but one of my brothers is trans. Okay. Noted. Got some family lore now as well. DCU Batman movie 2029 at the earliest, I think. I mean, that's still speculation, right? I mean, you literally said, I think. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not really concerned about it. Honestly, I'm not that concerned about any of it at all at this point. But we'll see. I would like to be concerned about the DCU. I mean, I'm concerned about the DCU, but I'm not currently invested in the DCU. So right now, with the way things are going, if we are or are not getting certain movies, I'm kind of like, I'd like to see things, but hear me out. Justin Theroux as Sebastian Shaw. I know I've looked this dude up again. And every time I have to keep checking who this guy is. Okay. I never remember the face and I never remember the name. I mean, I can see it. What's up, Emery? How are you? I'm doing well. Adi Shakar is a Trump supporter. I so don't want that to be true, but I also would not be surprised. But, you know, he's free to do what he do. Free to do what he do, I guess. That is the world we live in. Oh, God. That is a disappointing piece of information, though. That is for sure. But the art is so counter to that. That's the interesting thing, because, like, Netflix Devil May Cry is so, like, anti any of that. Like they fucking, like, go for the balls for, like, anybody even remotely like the Orange Bastard in his show. I've also seen things where he is, like, straight up, like, what's the word? Like, torn down at the establishment at certain points. But he's also done that at, like, multiple sides. I don't know how much of what he believes or puts out into the world is actually real, though. Because, like, from reports that I've heard, he's, like, he likes just fucking rocking the boat. And sometimes just trolls. So I never know what to believe with this dude. But, like, his work contradicts that belief. So, I don't know. Because, like, there is a Trump parallel in there that he just gets gamed very hard, wrecked real hard, fucked real hard, and made fun of real hard. So, like, I just don't know what to take with that. Because, like, that's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know. But, hell, he also might know the game. In a way. It's like, this is what sells. So maybe his personal belief is that. Who knows? But, like, the art he makes is opposite of that. I don't know. Honestly, I will consume. Whatever. I don't know. Not my business. Let's see. What do we got here? Is there ever a chance of you reacting to darker, more horror style or horror adjacent series or films for the channel? I mean, I've reacted to horror shows and films, so there's not really a limit to that. It's just like what makes sense. For example, like Uzumaki, Parasite, The Strain. Now, are we talking like the anime Parasite? The Strain, I'm not familiar with. Uzumaki, I'm aware of. I don't really have an interest in watching that, but if we're talking like the anime Parasite, I've seen the anime Parasite. The Strain, though, I'm not sure what that is. Do you think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man? Hands down, yes. 100%. Even if his movies all aren't, he's the best Spider-Man, like, to me. Like, as far as embodying every aspect of the character. First time I saw it, instantly thought about the meaning that we'll have two Spider-Mans in this universe. Someone said it could be Toby, but I was thinking that multiversal Spider-Man. Well, I mean, that would be a multiversal Spider-Man, so, like, I'm confused. You mean somebody else? I mean, it could be someone we haven't met, but because they've said that Doomsday and Secret Wars will be the ending of storylines that began before the MCU existed, I feel like it's probably going to be Toby. And hey, you don't have to super chat to, like, I appreciate the super chats. I'm going to read it at any point, but, like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, people's political stances, depending on what they are, like, you know, I try to be open-minded and whatever. There's lines that can be crossed for sure. But if those lines aren't crossed, I don't know. Hearsay, this, that, the other, people's private stuff going on, whatever. That's them. I appreciate the concern. Not needed, but I appreciate it. I also appreciate the super chat, I guess, as well. Logan, fuck. Let's move on. Because the last thing I want to have is that fucking orange freak lingering over like a cloud in our chat. Let's see. People don't get the Odyssey is not a story about a hero, as we know this day's Odyssey is a very famously known amongst the gods as a threat, and no one really likes him that much. Yes. Would be cool though if we finally get a real life Miles. That will not be in this. There's no way. Throw that out. We won't see Miles in an MCU thing until after all of this. I mean, I think they've confirmed as much anyway. Doc points based on my enjoyment of the film. It wasn't quite an 8. It wasn't quite a 9. So somewhere in between, which is where the average was. There was an 8.4. When most people say that, they'll be like 0.5. But like 0.8, 0.4, like I need to know how we navigate such incremental shakeups. So what did you think of Obsession and Indy? Indy was she was amazing. Oh my God. Like, she was fantastic as Sarah Cushing, let's be real. She was awesome in Superman and Lois. For what she had to work with. My God. Is that fucking ridiculous. How wild and just layered, complex, volatile that performance was. It was in fucking sane. Oh, so good. If you can't wait for my reaction to hit YouTube for Obsession, watch it in full over on Patreon right now. You can go check it out as we speak. Because God knows every other channel has been having a hard-ass time keeping their videos up because Universal has been very, very, very strict about this movie. So we'll see if we can get ours up. Crazy Superman and X-Men end this week. Well, I guess, yeah, Superman technically ends this week. Because I haven't watched episode 9 yet. That like fritzed out my brain for a second. We still have 2 episodes of X-Men though, right? It's 10 episodes, right? I could have sworn we have another week of X-Men. No, you're right. 9. Only 9. That's weird. What? That... What? What? The last episode didn't even feel like a penultimate. Like, how do... What? It doesn't even feel like we've built... It still feels like we've got multiple episodes before we're even hitting a finale yet. This season feels weird in this back half. What's up, Nicole? Still need to watch Obsession Reaction on Patreon, so waiting for till dinner time to fully enjoy it. I would not eat while watching that, to be honest. My grading scale for TV is different because of the different medium. So for House of the Dragon, episode 7 was a 4.5 because I thought some parts didn't make sense without spoilers. That's my opinion, though. It still doesn't explain any of what I'm asking at this point. Sorry I was late making pizza. Sounds awesome. Hope the pizza worked out for you, though. Saw Spider-Man on Monday and loved it. Hell yeah. What's your overall thoughts on X-Men Season 2? People ain't loving as much as Season 1. It's not as tight as Season 1, but as far as like the individual episodes, it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying the season. I do feel like this last one was really rushed. I kind of wish the Gambit thing would have been multiple episodes. And obviously that's not resolved yet, but I feel like evil zombie Gambit should have been maybe a whole other episode between this and whatever is coming around the corner. You should definitely give a rewatch to the story in the engine. It's a very small scene in which it turns Star Trek in canon with the same universe around the same time the inverse happened. I'm not sure what you mean. I'll have to look into that real quick. Does Cyclops need to be built? Yeah. Yeah. I would say so. Does he need to be? Yeah. They all need to be. But he just like, if you just slap the suit on him, it's like, boom, comic Cyclops. Really bringing back all the cast members from the original Mummy movie for the 4th one. I heard the male lead actor from Obsession is going to be a part of it as well. Yes. As a non-disclosed role so far, he is going to be in it, which makes me wonder if he's going to be their son. I mean, he was good too. That whole cast was really good in that fucking movie. But yeah, fucking Benny is back. Fucking how? How is Benny back? I mean, they're bringing the actor back. Maybe he's playing his twin brother or some shit. How on earth is Benny coming back? It's just me that I can't stop staring at that one curl on top of Omni's head. I'm assuming, where is it? Where's this one? That one? Right here? Am I grabbing it? Yeah, that one? Yeah. I'm assuming. Bleh. It's sticking out so much, I feel like it just wants attention, and I can't concentrate because of it. That sounds like a you problem. Maybe Benny is the mummy. Fucking Emotep's coming back too, though. They're both the mummy. They come back together. They're a couple now. Fuck Inoxanumon. It's Benny and Emotep now. What's up, Sweet Genie? Happy Sunday. By any chance, do you like more cozier or cozy adjacent video games like Kirby, Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing? I will say Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, no. I don't like games where the game is work. Doing the chores, slice of life, routine, Job games. Kirby, I've honestly, I've never played a Kirby game. When we were at our, I don't know if Matt's still lingering around somewhere. I cannot remember which Kirby game it was we were watching Tomoda play, but I thought that looked kind of cool. I've never played a Kirby game. Like, I like chill games or just fun, lighthearted games. But if it's like a farming sim kind of thing or whatever, that's not my cup of tea. Not to say that those things go hand in hand. But I do like me some Nintendo stuff just in general. I've just never played Kirby. I probably should fix that one day. I have a first few box sets of Doctor Who on DVD from Christopher Eccleston up to Capaldi. I would say Matt Smith still remains my number one fave, but Capaldi is a close second. I used to be a diehard Tenet boy, but over the years, like, Matt's like in my mind, the Doctor to me. Capaldi is up there as well, especially by the end of his arc. So like I always jostle around between those three, Tennant, Capaldi, and Smith. But I think at the end of the day, if I had to be like, who's the most Doctor, it's probably Smith to me. Do you have any theories on the final episode of season 2 of X-Men? No. Not right now. My entire point of view around this show is completely skewed now that I'm like, the finale is this week. We gotta get Apocalypse out of Gambit. But that's like a given. That's not even like a theory. That's just that's what we gotta do. As good as David is as a Doctor, I don't know what it is. I just love the innocent, playful nature Matt brings to the Doctor and how serious or more mature toned that Peter brings. I agree with those sentiments. I think, like, as much as I like Tennant, even as 10, I like Tennant a lot as 14 for the brief little run we had with him. What's up, Rebecca? Saw it in Dolby. Hell yeah. Okay, what's the best wine for someone who has never had wine before? Just something fruity. I mean, I don't really know wine all that well. I just like sweet. I like fruity, and it helps when when the fruit is on the bottle. A lot of them are blends, so it's hard to really tell. But like a Moscato, is real sweet, real nice. I don't like reds, generally speaking. I don't know. There's probably some more versed people in the chat though than even myself. I think the fan who said that to George, I shouldn't even call them a fan. Fans should respect George as he gave us some great books. Some fans are just rude. Some fans, no matter the fandom, are fucking entitled. Since you're a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, what would you like to see as a collab with Fortnite? It not exist. It pains me that it's all but confirmed it exists. I just don't want to see. I just don't want to see Sora running around with a fucking gun. That's not a Keyblade gun, because to be fair, he does turn the Keyblade into guns at a certain point, but not the same thing. I don't want him walking around with an AK. I don't know, man. It's so weird. Fortnite is like, I get it. Like financially, businessy, all the E's, but like I hate it. Not yet convinced Omni to duty wine? Sad? What? What does that mean? Rebecca, translate this to English for me. Actual English, not your all's fucking butchery of the language. What's up, AJ? I was wondering, are you ever planning to react to Ruby? Yes. At least see, you invented it and then immediately destroyed it. Don't even try right now, Rebecca. Stop it. You know it. You know it. We've had this conversation before. You have no defense. You took it. You destroyed it because you were too stooty and unhappy with it. And you're like, you know what? Let's just fucking play around with it until it's not even the same thing anymore. We don't even have, none of our words make sense anymore. Anyway, what did you even say or ask me? Yes, we're doing Ruby. I'm waiting to move before I start any of the newer projects. I still have a couple of other dares to do that I'm going to wait until I'm in the new setup. But I will be reacting to at least Ruby Season 1. That is all I am obligated to react to at this point. Because people fucking paid for it. So I'm going to be doing it. Now, beyond Season 1, we'll see. Maybe we'll make that Season 2 will be next year's goal. Or I'll be swept up in it and we'll just fucking plow right through it. I don't fucking know. We'll see how it goes. But we will be doing it probably within the next month or so, give or take. The reverse alcoholic. Guys, I swear to God, this is wine in my mug, not coffee. I beg for your comprehension. Do not know how to write this word. No, I understood this. Can't wait for season 4 of Reacher this week. Ooh. Wait, hold up. Embargo. Where are you at? Damn it, do I just still have it up? Features embargoed until the 5th. Okay, cool. I could say I've watched the first episode. It comes out swinging. All I'll say. But yes, I still need to watch more of it though. I've only watched the first episode so far. I'm so ready for Reacher to be back, man. I'm so ready for Reacher to be back. First time seeing Brand New Day, went haywire. I sat down and it turned out to be someone else's seat. My friend thought I bought him a ticket, so we had to refund my ticket and buy a new one for my friend and I. Literally, as soon as we sat down, the movie started. Lucky timing. I mean, at least you weren't late to the film, at least. Thank God for all the fucking trailers and shit now, right? Honestly, no, honestly. How are you doing, Omni? Feel like I haven't even asked. All good. I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired, out of sorts, but I'm okay. I appreciate you asking, though. It's either Toby or Andrew. Yeah, I would think so. I would think it'd be like a good ending point to one of those characters. They're doing it for the X-Men, the Fox stuff, and I think they're going to do it for either Toby or Andrew. We'll see. Do you think you're going to do an Emma Frost or Cyclops relationship done the line, and how far apart are the actors are in ages? Just because the actors are this gap in ages doesn't mean the characters are going to be. People love to try to figure out things before everything hits the screen. They could be playing, it doesn't matter. And in the long run, when you're an adult, for the most part, that doesn't matter all that much in that way. So the range in which we're looking at there isn't that crazy, and their characters could be whatever they decide the character's ages to be. Just because the actors are what the actors are, doesn't really matter. What's up, Ginger? Missed you last week. Oh, thank you. I missed you too. Welcome back. How many don't know celebrities? Episodes 209. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I mean, I really don't. Outside of like, well, I mean, like I don't know like newer up and coming actors all that well. Say for Kit Connor, he's made the list. There's a couple of people that have made the list in the last couple of years, but like there's a large swath of people that I've never fucking heard of. Hello, Rebecca, my dear. Let's see. Evening Omni. Hear you talking about having friends since forever made me wonder if you've ever seen Stand By Me, one of my favorite coming of age films. Check out my reaction to Stand By Me. We reacted to it like only a few months ago. I say that, and time is a construct that escapes me. When was that? I mean, technically it is a few months ago. It was in November. Being creative doesn't change how people act IRL, sadly. True. Watch it be Miles Morales. That is massive doubt to me. I do not think we'll get that. Lana. I read that and I hear Lana from Archer every time. Let's see exactly. Don't trust random word of mouth. So I saw a post on Instagram that Spider-Man would support ICE agents. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? One of our rules is not this, but so Spider-Man is shooting with. Yeah, I've seen the post. It's just another White House bullshit thing that they're doing. That is them taking something innocent, iconic, that the people love, and like bastardizing it into something it would never be. Yeah, not at all. No, not in the slightest. God. And then you have Japan being like, hey, US government, can you stop using our stuff in your fucking memes? Yeah, god damn it, dude. Never in our lives would that be happening. Well, I was going to say, he was kind of helping. He was kind of like buddy with damage control in Brand New Day until it wasn't okay. But that was when the wool got pulled off of his eyes about what they were actually doing. So, and he did do the Registration Act in the comics. He's blissfully naive, I think. I think Spider-Man can be blissfully, ignorantly naive at times. Ignorant at times. He's too trusting. He's too fucking trusting. You know, right? God. That I saw this post and I'm just like, dude, fuck you, man. What the hell? I hate this administration so much, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on. I mean, JK, I think she's really good in one of her stories when she was obviously Voldemort. Oh, yes. That's true. That's a point. Yeah, I mean, kind similar, maybe. God damn it, Firefox! What the fuck? Come back. There we go. Yeah, Spider-Man is too trusting. After that first conversation with Damage Control guys, I was like, nah, bad vibes. I smell bullshit. 100%. That's the thing about Spider-Man, man. He's just so innocent. He wants to believe in the best in people, and he will give them the benefit of the doubt until it's absolutely too damning. This. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. Though there's something I'm like wanting to say, but I can't really think of the words that I'm trying to think of. But we're gonna move on. We just need to not. We don't need to be talking about this shit in this stream. No one was talking to you, Logan, about what you were talking about. We all know who you were talking about. We were not talking about you. I never said you were talking about Peter. We're dropping it. Thank you for the super chat, though. We're done. Leave it. Politics are not supposed to be here. I will talk about my piece if it needs to be said, but this is not the house for that. Okay. I hope the finale tonight for House of Dragon is better than the season 2 finale that ended abruptly. I remember saying to my mom, I waited 2 years for this. Yes, you did. There's no, I don't feel that season 2's finale was not a finale. Do I feel like that? Is the wine hitting me right now? Is it the lack of sleep, the empty stomach, or all of it right now? It's not a bad finale. It's a bridge. It's a bridge. There's a bridge in the story. It's the setup for the next section. It is what it is. I don't hate the finale of season 2 like a lot of people do. I don't love it, but I didn't hate it. Let's see. Perfect. Someone tall was sitting in front of me. So Spider-Man featuring a dome at the bottom of the screen. That's so annoying. Like, there's a lot of like annoying aspects of the theater experience. When someone's just like always blocking your view, you know, and there's like, what do you do? That sucks. Tom Holland's great. Holland's best. There is a Spider-Man in the comics that jumps between universes. There's multiple of those. If Alan Richardson was ever in the MCU, could you see him more as Sabretooth or Eddie Brock? I could see both. And I think he'd be great for both. But he'd be a really good Eddie, though. He'd be a really good Eddie. He's just my only sticking point is I think he might be a little too old for Eddie right now. How many villains are even alive in Batman Cape Crusader? Because most of them are dead. Most of them did die throughout. Like, they were introduced and then died by the end of the episode. It's a good question. I'm not really sure. We know the Joker's alive. No way he's not. And as far as like everybody else, a lot of them are like Riddler is the most definitively dead. But everybody, there's a lot of dead people throughout. I don't know, man. I got to go back and look through. We got so many villains this season, and 90% of them I think are dead by the end of it all. What's up, Sabrina? Whoops, I saw the stream was today, but assumed it was 4 p.m. EST like usual. You assumed wrong. It literally says when it starts. I get it, though. I think we all see that, and we don't really, like, look straight at it. TD's in the chat. Hey, stranger. I'll be seeing you next week. Not week, fuck. Next month. Teeny. I'll be seeing you, Kikiyama-sama. Let's see. Nether. Personally favor Andrew because he had the most trauma with not just losing his family, friends, but also Gwen, and does such a great job. Absolutely crushed. I'm talking about best Peter Parker, not performance. He nailed a lot of that stuff. But it's like it's his Peter does not feel like Peter to me. Like when I'm feeling his Peter, I don't feel right. It's like trying too hard, but it's not. I do like his Peter though. God, I started with that innuendo and then I just unintentionally kept going with the innuendo. Let's see. Planning to get a tattoo soon. Vox Machina inspired. Fuck yeah. Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah. What are you getting? What Vox? Are you getting the Gmail tattoo? Please tell me you're getting the Gmail tattoo. Like my spider's sad. I like my spider's sad. Find numerical rating system arbitrary and meaningless. For the most part, a lot of them are. The latest My Adventures with Superman was so good. I can't wait to see your reaction. Dude, I can't wait either. I saw, because you guys know that I don't watch previews for episodes while I'm in the middle of the season. But I saw, because I think Jack Quaid fucking shared it. A clip of Superman from this weekend's episode. And I was like, the fuck? So I don't know what to expect with this shit. So I'm excited either way, but I'm looking forward to it a lot. And like I mentioned before, in the panel for Superman and Lois, My Adventures with Superman, he said that was one of his favorite episodes to record. So I'm very much so looking forward to it. But I like my spiders not in the room with me. I also second that opinion. Also finally watched Batman Cape Crusader, which was awesome. Love this version of the Joker. Hope there's a season 3. No green light yet, but we're hoping. I have no idea about Vox Machina, but I love tattoos. You go, girl. When is the House of Dragon season 3? Watch Vox Machina, for fuck's sake. When is the House of Dragon season 3 expected to be way different from the books? And it's so far, best part of season is Aegon. That's what a lot of people have been saying. Their favorite parts of this season. I've seen so many people say the Aegon part's been the most interesting part to them. And I kind of agree. And especially after last episode, too. Allison and Raylan not liking, and Rhaenyra. She's a great actress. Tom Holland. That was in reference to Indy. Sorry, not Inday. As I've learned. Tom Holland wants to do Miles at some point, but how do you do it? Wasn't his uncle Aaron in Homecoming? He was. That means he'd be very much so a lot older right now. Spiders can stay though. Spider-Mans can stay though. I wasn't expecting Batman Cape Crusader show to kill off iconic villains. I was surprised. Nice plug. The spiders are so cute, except for the ones that are bigger than my hand. They can please stay on the other continent than me. Shame. Stop watching My Adventures in the last episode with Dr. Poison. I think that was just too much. Going from the death of Superman and what? I think was just too much, like going from the death of Superman to was a bit much, you know what I mean? I don't know what you mean at all. I don't at all. My Adventures with Superman is probably my favorite thing I react to these days. I loved the Poison episode. I loved everything that followed it. It's fucking peak Superman in my book. Who would be the perfect actor to play Charles Xavier and Magneto for the X-Men MCU remake? No idea. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I know people that would like to play the role, that have been vocal about playing the role, but as far as who I think would be the best suited for them, I'm not really sure. I'm not the guy you ask casting questions to. Outside of some very opinionated ones that I sometimes have. Lit Mason edits. Obsession basically took the plot of an episode of the Librarians TV show and made it a horror movie. Never seen the Librarians TV show. But it's not an uncommon plot thread, like the initial start off point. Because we've all seen the Love Potion episode, the Wish episode of a various different shows. I'm pretty sure there's even a Buffy episode of it. And if you're watching my reaction, there's an X-Files episode that is very reminiscent of this in a very different way. but involves wishes. I like my spiders dead, please. But Spider-Man, very welcome in my room. And they mean the end of the week. They don't mean end. They mean end of the week. Well, no, they end this week. Both do. Right? Whatever. Skill issues, 9, no friend. Now that you've seen a session, what's your thoughts on her as Mystique? And what would you do if you had a One Wish Willow? You can wait for my reaction to find out the answer to that question. But as far as thoughts on her being Mystique, fucking go for it, man. Give that girl whatever the fuck she wants. She was already talking about being Mystique. Fuck it. If she wants it, give it to her. Missing out on peak. Yeah, it sucks. Well, yeah, one less than last season. No idea, it's weird. Omni malfunctioning. Take a drink, Omni. I have a little red pearl spider in my apartment that adds webs for the ambiance. Love her. Last episode of House of the Dragon tonight. Yes. So over these already short series, cutting out even more episodes. I'm old. I missed 22 episode seasons. There's no financial reason to do that these days. There's no benefit to doing that these days. It's also only going to cost more these days, depending on the show. Yeah. TV don't work that way anymore. And honestly, I don't, because the quality has, in most cases, gone up across the board. It's scared to live in hell out of me. It's the first time something freaked me out and made me feel uncomfortable. First time? Really? Damn. Impressive. Tough cookie over here. Stuff's so weird with TV right now. The Librarians, the next chapter, season 2, is airing 2 episodes a week. Has anyone heard of that happening before? So weird. Well, how long are the episodes? Are they like 40, 44-minute episodes? Are they an hour long? Are they 30 minutes? Because if they're like under 40, we've seen that quite a bit. But you want to hear some weird fucking release schedule shit? We talked about it briefly last week. Like fucking Rings of Power is on 4 episodes in week 1, 2 episodes the second week, 2 episodes the second week, and it's done. So there's only going to be 3 weeks total of it for season 3. The fuck is that? Also, No Rush sent you a message a couple days ago. Not sure if you saw it. No Rush you're seeing. Oh yeah, sorry, Darren. I did see it. I did mean to reply. Tuesday probably won't work. This week is going to be a little wild. We'll see though. I want to. I really do. But I just got to figure it out, because after Tuesday, it's going to be full steam ahead on my move. In your opinion, who is the real villain of Obsession? I mean, Bear. Like, Bear? Like, it's technically One Wish Willow, if we really want to get to the bottom of it. Not even that, though. No, it's Bear. Or Ian. Ian's also not great. I also blame Ian for a lot of this, but the men. Like, I'll tell you this for damn sure, it's none of the women. Not a goddamn one of them. Except maybe the woman that sold it to him. No, because it's... Bear. Listen, it's a hot topic, but Bear. Actually, you know what? It's Ian. It's just Ian. It's all Ian's fault. That's a bad friend right there. Listen, it can be up to debate whether it's the corporation, the men. I can tell you with certainty, though, it's none of the women, though. Not a goddamn one of them. Least of all, Nikki. Actually, least of all, Sarah. That poor innocent woman. My God, why? Anyway, sorry. Let's see. Seems like most TV shows get shorter and shorter now. Fucking the cost of business, man, is not what it once was. Like, after Death of Superman, I was expecting more serious storytelling. Instead, we got more Silver Age stuff. We didn't do Death of Superman. We're not at that point, unless you didn't watch the last episode, because that was what you're actually thinking of. We didn't do Death of Superman. We're not even like touching that yet. Episode 8, though, is the closest we've gotten to an actual Death of Superman reenactment. The follow-up episode right after the bout between Hank Henshaw and that is the perfect way to do like a Clark episode. And then following that up with the Mixie episode, again, exploring that, it's the perfect setup for them to explore Clark and his insecurity. Yeah, no, we're interpreting this in very different ways. Yeah, if anybody says like Nikki is the problem, there's definitely an issue with someone's perception of reality. Let's see. Everything only gets like 10 episodes a season these days, and now they're speed running that even. When will it end? Never at this point. We're not going the other way around. Really hope you'll do DuckTales finale one day. Such a great and emotional one. If I did it, I'm not going to do it on the channel, since it's just one episode of DuckTales I haven't watched. I don't know why I would, but I will have to watch it one day. 10 hours per season is fine with me. Don't care if it's put into more 10 episodes. But then having longer than an hour is too much. So if we ever tell you season episode orders, it's absolutely playing their son in The Mummy. So I didn't know my ranking system that well. I was with my friends. I'm way too specific. But I need to know why. It doesn't, you're not explaining yourself. I need to know exactly why something knocked off 0.2 points. I need to see the worksheet. Do you think the actor who plays Nightcrawler should be Catholic? It is not a necessity, no. The character needs to be. The actor does not. Benny is the mummy. Oh God, we're so far behind now. So many rants. Thank you. Her duo ranking system are meaningless because they're entirely arbitrary to each individual person. 5 stars isn't the same as another person's 5 stars, so it's literally gibberish to me. And that's valid. It's very valid. Which is why I just say like what I think about things and try not to rate them. So if you got similar tastes as me, that might be a good judge. Having with a fluffy baby, a 4-month-old British short hair, she was called Kurumi, and she's settling in nicely. Hell yeah! University of the chat. I was watching later till ask questions. Although, hi. For people actually talk about the thing with real words. Same. Big same. So you're not confused. I'm the one who's making the show on the Skittle Squad, but this is an account of my mom. That do you think of the villain? But this is the account at my mom's. What do you think of villain Elijah? I haven't looked into it any deeper than what you shared for my little character sheet. Outside of that, I'm not really aware of the greater lore, so I can't really speak on that, unfortunately. We didn't see Benny die. He just got buried alive. I guess that's true. but he never showed back up in any of the subsequent movies. So they got to do some leg pulling to kind of pull that one off, I feel like. Anyone remember Glover the game? No. She died about the break up with Imhotep in Mummy 2. He's single and ready to mingle, maybe? True. If the channel is Omni, all media, when we were getting a book club to read Hitchhiker's Guide. I have done a book review on the channel, and it was for Light of the Jedi. I have not done another book review since, though. And we did some music videos too as well. So we've dabbled across the board. It's still implied. If they did Miles Morales movie, I would love for his uncle to be the villain because I've always loved Miles and Aaron's relationship in the games. You asked what a lot of people's problem with SM2. I didn't ask. I said I don't understand people's problems with it because I could give my personal critiques of it. Overall, it definitely felt like Venom stuff was shoehorned in. It really didn't in the last minute because of the majority of the game. Kraven felt like the actual main villain while building up the Venom stuff. I thought we were going to be getting Venom Kraven, which is a sick ass thing, but no. I disagree, but to each their own. Hear me out. Jude Law as Charles Xavier, New McGregor as Magneto in the MCU. I mean, they're great actors. Sure, go for it. Do you think Miles' dad should have died in the movie 1 or in a different one? No. I prefer Whittaker's doctor to Capaldi. I applaud you for your bravery. I like Jodie. I don't like her doctor. And it's not her fault. Her doctor doesn't have a personality. Her doctor spends so much of her time not even knowing who she is that I don't know who she is. By the end of her run, we never learn who she is. We never get an actual sense of her. Obviously there's the doctor isms that shine through, but what makes her unique is the doctor doesn't get to shine as much as the others, in my opinion. And that's the writer's fault. I loved everything she tried to do with that character. She's definitely not my least favorite doctor, though. There's definitely some doctors that are lower on the totem pole than her. In my pantheon. It's such a waste, though, because she was such a talent, too, that it just pisses me off what happened with it. Because they took the wrong takeaways, I think, with that entire run. Don't know why we're talking about Doctor Who, but my favorites are Lieutenant Smith and Capaldi. Are we allowed to talk Spider-Man spoilers? Yes. As a Venom fan, especially after Donny Cates' run, seeing Venom being reduced to a one-note world-conquering alien just hurt, you know? No. I don't. Unfortunately. Saw Spider-Man this past weekend, like it a lot. A little underwhelmed with season 2 of X-Men 97. I actually preferred Cape Crusader, unpopular opinion, maybe. At this point, I might agree. In the first half of X-Men 97, like the first 3 episodes, bangers. But I like after, like, we had a couple of ones that was like, all right. Like, they're great episodes, but like, we're not moving a lot of, I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to explain right now. Like Merlot. I'm 29, never got into drinking personally, but my friend says fruity wine is the best. Fruity anything. The less it tastes like alcohol, the better for me. White wine works for most people because it's more sour and fruity. Red wine can cause stomach issues in a lot of people. And I just don't like, a lot of them are dry. There's not all of them, but a lot of them are dry, and I don't like dry any of it. Wonder what time period the 4th Mummy movie will take place in. I'm thinking 60s or early 70s. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't get why people are mad at all the side episodes in this season of X-Men 97. It's the same formula as the original series and X-Men Evolution. Except, unlike those shows, we have 9 episodes. To go back to what we were talking about before, we gotta focus. I love anything fruity and never have stuck to just one. As long as it's fruity, sweet, and not too strong, I'm downing it in one night. Same. Big same. I always heard red wines are dry. Was not prepared when I tried it for the first time. I don't think you can really prepare for what that means or tastes like until you've done it. What's up? It's Bond. What's up, it's Bond? I'm a weenie. I can only handle fruity wines, rosé, and spritzers. I'm excited for Onimusha Way of the Sword. No, I've never been a huge Onimusha fan. I tried playing it once upon a time back in the day. Never really got into it. First time on the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoy yourself. Just be patient. It'll take me a minute to get around to your chats. How does a collab with Fortnite impact you? If you don't play the game, who cares? Because it fundamentally spits into the idea and the concept of it all. Because also Nomura will have to come up with a way to make it canon to the universe. Because he did the same thing with Smash. Because everything with Kingdom Hearts specifically has to work into the canon in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know how they will weasel that. It just fucking like bastardizes it. I get it's marketing, I get it's business, I get it's all that, but as far as like somebody that cares about what this shit means, it spits on it. The thing is, I do play Fortnite, I just haven't in a minute. But it just... Kingdom Hearts is also my favorite game ever. And the effect that has on the image of it is negative. And I'm not going to have this debate. I don't like it. Does it have anybody advice for someone who doesn't like the bitterness out of liquor? Chasers, mix it in with something sweet. Honey does a lot of works for a lot of things. I've been watching you for about 2 years now, but I've never watched your streams before. Well, welcome. We try to do this typically Saturday, but if something comes up, we might cancel. We might move it to Sunday. Today we moved it to Sunday, but yeah, typically it's Saturdays at 4. Pause. We also know that when it comes out, you get the work done. Lie, kitty. Oh boy, wait. How long has? Oh shit. Someone said kitty, and I didn't even realize. Indy's in here. Pippi's in here. Merlin's in here. The door's been shut this entire time, and I just realized I have 3 of these bastards in here. I saw paws. Oh. Hold up. Give me a Bubba. I think now that you're awake, you want out. But real quick, come here. Come here. Oh, it's storming out. That might be part of it. They're napping. Indy woke up. Hey, come here. He's being a little slippery, little bastard. All right, whatever. I was going to try to show you Indy, but he's fucking skittering around. See the paws. We invented it. Since you're close to Elijah and Moscow, since they both technically finished Ruby, have you thought about getting them hooked on Red versus Blue? I have brought it up. I don't know how well that will go. It's very hard getting either of those two to react to anything outside of their typical sphere. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to see the reactions to it, though. Too white to explain a duty wine to you. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I feel bad for George when he posts a new blog post saying how depressed he is. You never even mentioned House of the Dragon ever again after what happened last year. Knights of the Seven Kingdoms is good, though. Yes. Maybe left. Rebecca Translate made me laugh too hard. Why do people have pause? I want pause. Popular, hopefully a popular opinion. Fortnite is on its own. On its own, is a bland, basic, empty feeling copy paste of battle royales. What battle royale actually preceded it, though? The only one I can think of is PUBG. The only reason it survived this long and so popular is because of all of the insane microtransaction collabs. The collabs are what keep it alive, for sure. That's what keeps fueling money into the tank. Haha! No! No! Okay. Indy is pressed and wants out. Pippi is now out. Merlin is still here. Is he Merlin? There's a delay on my screen here. Merlin. That blob right there. You're not wrong, but I also don't think it was like a copy and paste. Most certainly only because it's also unlike a lot of the it does stand out quite a bit from a lot of the battle royales out there, though. I will say. And I've played a fuck ton of it. Let's go, Omn1. It's our IP. We fucks with it how we want. Remember to watch the trailers first. I've been warned. Did you not get an invite to Real Rejects Reactors Assemble video? How rude. Well, wasn't that specifically for people going to that convention? I assume, because I did a whole like Reactorverse thing at what's it called? Multicon, I think. Unless we're talking about something else. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Fortnite has anime, cartoons, web series, celebrities, content creators, pop culture. Basically every single form of media, and Fortnite has piggybacked and leached from them. So true. Wasn't Duty Wine something about dance? I thought Duty Wine had something to do with fucking airports. When we're talking like duty. Duty. Okay, here it is. Arrowverse rewatch update. Season 2, Batwoman done. It was enjoyable, but I was missing Kate. Did like Ryan, though. What's your overall thoughts on Miles Morales? He's my favorite Spider-Man. Hot take. His power is so much cooler than Peter's. I like Miles. He's a fun shake-up of the whole idea of Spider-Man. But Peter's always going to be my boy. I'm a Peter man. Have you now seen Obsession so I can ask a question? Yeah, I've seen it. It's on Patreon right now. Yeah. Duty Wine is a dance, yes. No idea, then. What the fuck? Not duty-free wine. I mean, what else are we talking about here? What is this? What is this? A dance? What are you talking about? A dance? Can't get rid of stuff in my brain for a reason. We're almost out of hell. We're almost to Hell of Boss Season 3 Part 1. You are correct. It is creeping up, about 2 months away. Flash Season 7 also done much better than the last season. What did you think of Godspeed? He looked cool. Execution was straight ass. Season 1 Superman Lois is fantastic as always. Hell yeah. Started a new sitcom called Mike and Molly. It's so fun. What's your favorite sitcom? Friends. Undisputed. Honestly, I'm glad I'm not an actor in Marvel or DC because those guys have to work out 4 hours a day probably. Work out, but not that much a day. Yeah, no, keeping up those hero bods has got to be absolutely grueling. Let's see. Just want to drop a message saying thanks for all the reacts and positive energy, dude. Been watching you since LAOP season 1. Live action One Piece? I'm going to assume live action One Piece. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else that would honestly be at this point. But hell yeah. Thanks for coming along for the ride and becoming a Straw Hat, assuming we're talking about Straw Hats. Then again, that was when I became a Straw Hat, so we both win? Spider-Man, I waited outside until the Doomsday trailer passed. Okay. Valid. How was Comic-Con? It was fun. It was very fun. A little weird. There's a weird vibe and air this year. A lot of scamming apparently happened. But other than that, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. My feet didn't bleed this year, so that's a major improvement. And I met Jack Quaid. When is Arched Spider-Man on release day? The staff didn't have the movie on time because about 40 people were late and they didn't want us to be disturbed during the film. I think you meant when you watched. Yes, okay, there we go. I was really struggling to decipher that first little bit there. At least they were courteous, but that sucks for the people that were there on time, though. So excited for Kit Connor and Scott saying, do you have Superman and Lois on Patreon with the media? I may rewatch it with you in full length. It is the Superman and Lois is watch along, unfortunately. So that was recorded during the olden days. Also went outside earlier to get some food and ordered, and my shoes are soaked through. I hate soaked shoes, man. Wet shoes, wet socks. Disgusting. Omni's like a friend I stream with. Thank you, Omni, for respecting our opinions. I hate how in some fandoms people are called haters if they have some criticism. It depends on the criticism. I feel like if we don't have continuation somewhere, criticism, then it was perfect. Nothing I watched so far is perfect. 10 out of 10 yet, though. Obviously, some fans can be haters, though, and I don't deny. But for your community, we criticize out of love. True. Try to, at least. Mandu Grogu movies reaction win. Don't know. I want to get that, and I want to do that. I want to do... That didn't make any sense. I want to do that and Masters of the Universe soon. Not spoiler, but it's cool that a small side character in Brand New Day was played by a trans actor. I mean, it's cool in general. I'm just not... I guess, like, the magic of it is, like, I have no fucking clue who we're even talking about. But that's awesome. Don't mind seeing my name as often as you want. Played by. My condolences on the soggy shoes, Logan. Actually, Miles will show up in Doomsday. I'll be alongside him. Being by his shoes will be covered in green fabric and move glued to his feet. Well, that sounds uncomfortable. Nani, what are we talking about in this stream? Whatever the fuck you all bring up. For the most part. Cringiest dictatorship ever is occurring. Yeah. Shitting ourselves on the world stage, man. Fucking Christ. Fucking embarrassing, man. I require you to tell me which kitty's paws I can see. I didn't even realize anybody could see any paws. Was it like here? Where was paws? I don't even know where any pause was occurring. If it was here, that was Indy. Anywhere else? Okay, so that was Indy's paws. I actually got some photos of some cat paws from the other night. Let's see. I forgot to put it into my bed. Finished season 3 of My Hero Academia. Just love the series so much. Hard Deku. I wonder how Danny Rand is going to react to the hand as damage control. See, like, I don't think it's like when they said the hand, I literally think they just meant those like 6 dudes they captured. Not like the entire organization was under the control of damage control. If that's the implication, that's kind of wild. Imagine being paid to put some chat GPT bullshit on the White House accounts. Yeah, right? God. Spider-Man's too trusting. God, man, we are so far behind. We're like 40 minutes behind. I do have like a hard stop at like 5. So like an hour and a half. So we'll get there. Is your cat named Indy after Indiana Jones? Yes, because as a kitten, he was always off exploring. So like around the bunch, like everybody else kind of stayed pretty close together, but Indy would always kind of like go off and roam and explore and get away from the rest of the herd. So I was like, that's a little Indiana over there, just skittling around and playing around. Damage Girl is already established as the bad ones anyway. True. I mean, fucking Miss Marvel is a primo example of that. Hell, we didn't even have our regular, like, people in there either. Like, a completely whole new crew or section of damage control. Because at least, like, the one dude was, like, coming at it from, like, a reasonable angle. His, like, partner was going full bore off the rails. And then you got Milchek in here, who I guess you just cast him if you want a villain. But I don't know. I don't really... I feel like Milchek is, like, as a character in Severance 2, is going to have some kind of awakening at some point. I hope, at least. Damage Girl sucks. We should know that from Wonder Man. Oh, yeah. I forgot they were in that. Yeah. Same guy. I heard Asa German, the actor from Gen V, auditioned for Cyclops as well, but they decided to go with Kit. I think Asa would have made a Gerd Angel, though. I don't know who that is. I don't know people's names, man. His jaw, dude. Holy fuck. I never knew his name. The guy that plays Sam. I could see it. I see Kit more, but I could see that as well. Damage Girl's full of shit. My foot is in my mouth. Keep your politics away from me. Don't really get the point of the house. The dragon. It feels like fleshing out a bunch of plot devices that were never meant to be their own characters. I mean, that I can't disagree more with about. But I approve of all the gay shit that happens to the show. Oh, that fucking cracks me up. Oh my god. Empty stomach and wine seems like asking for a bad or good time. Roll the dice, really. I'm starting to like, my stomach's starting to hurt, but we're having a good time. All of it, Omni, is for sure. Palate cleanser. Which would you rather? Teleport anywhere once, or constantly have the ability to hover, but it's only 5 inches off the ground? Well, if I teleport anywhere once, I'm stuck wherever I just teleported, with the struggle and the puzzle of figuring out, one, how to get back, if I want to go back for that matter. But if you're constantly hovering, the fuck is the benefit of that? I'll take teleport once, because I feel like there's zero benefit to the 5-inch hovering. You're drinking with 0 food. Oh boy. I mean, typically that's how these streams go, because most of the time I wake up, stream. Sometimes I wake up, eat, and stream, but that's not that often. Dude, did you see someone recording the video of the fight breakout in the theater where the guy spoiled Spider-Man movie? No. I've not heard of this incident. That's wild, though. No etiquette these days, man. Nobody gives a shit. All right, gotta go for the day. Help make some homemade chocolate truffles. Hope you all have a great day. Peace and love and wine and kitty cats to all of you. Well, take it easy, Captain Kraken. Enjoy your day and your homemade truffles. It's Eddie. Don't know if you're into comics much, but given the MCU direction after Secret Wars, is there a niche character you would like to see? Not someone like Cyclops or Wolverine. I'm not like I've said in the past, I'm not a huge Marvel guy. So I don't really know a lot of like tertiary, secondary, tertiary fucking Marvel characters. A lot of the ones I would probably have said have already been utilized. Oh, fuck it, Darkheart. Darkheart in the MCU. Let's do that. I mean, Ghost Rider's coming around the corner. Why not? Good place to start dipping into the toes of all of that, and Mephisto and whatnot, that whole pocket. And now Marilyn wants out. Come here, boo-boo. You're not getting away. Look at my beautiful boy. Look at my beautiful boy. He's such a beautiful boy. I love him. I love him. All right, you can go. Goodbye. All right, we are now cat free. Yeah, let's go with that. Do I have a theory on why or if Ned is actually remembering Peter? I think it has something to do with Jean connecting everybody in her dome for that period. I think whatever she did psychically, because while she was linked with Peter, loosened or even transferred the memories he had to them, which helped break the spell for some people. Spider-Man's fantastic, by the way. Do you think Hugh Jackman will continue to play Wolverine till his 90s? No. Not after Stranger Things. Not after Secret Wars. And we finally got to where Teeny showed up, by the way, for fuck's sake. Mom glare. Uh-oh. Why am I being glared, Teeny? What did I do? Oh my god, you super chatted too? Oh my god, how am I missing this shit? Teeny hugs and kicks in shins. Love ya. Love yo toe. And I will see you soon. God, there's so much in here. We're gonna try to, well, I mean, I don't have to rush yet, but there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna need to speed run some of these. Peter and Jean really fucked things up for the mutants in the MCU. Mostly Peter. I mean, Jean most certainly didn't help, but damage control, mutants or no mutants, damage control was already out of control. That predated Jean doing what she did. If anything, that Jean's stuff was a response to their escalation. But Peter inadvertently created the technology that they will probably end up using to inhibit mutant abilities and capture people. Good job, Peter. Think Scarecrow's alive. Scarecrow might be alive. This might be a hot take on me, but say what we will about D&D, at least they gave us 4 great seasons of Game of Thrones. For House of the Dragon, Ryan gave us 1.5 great seasons before veering from the book. Oh yeah, I mean, House of the Dragon is not as good at all on any level as peak Game of Thrones. Not at all. Month. I feel like since Ned had magic in him, he might be more immune to the spell or able to remember when meeting Peter for real in the end. I don't think it's just him though. Like, cause like MJ was crying when she was being held or when she was released from Jean's bubble paralyzation. And then she was last seen up at their go-to spot up on the rooftop. I think I think they're all, at least them, are remembering. And that may have been an intentional little parting gift to from Jean after all of that too. Feelings is Peter sounds insane to say. Toby's Peter is like a character from Pleasantville. Kinda, yeah. And that was intentional. Last week's House of the Dragon episode might be my favorite part of Damon's Dragon Caraxes going with him when he rolled off was cutest. Robbins is late 30s or 40s. Ella Richardson's 43. Okay, I mean, that's not as, I thought it was farther out than that. The Joker is amazing this season. Was just checking out on that claw zone in town. What? 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 What does this mean? What does this mean? I need translators for you people half the time. For me, it's a bad finale because they started making choices the show wasn't an adaptation of the book anymore. Allison betraying her family was something she'd never do. I respect your opinion. If you're watching it without any knowledge of the book, or at least the details of the book, it functions perfectly fine as a piece of TV and piece of media. Completely different opinions because we have different viewpoints on it completely. Let's see. Would you prefer a show that gives you 3 decent, good seasons of a series that gives one season all good to fantastic? Oh, shit. Hold up. What? Would you prefer a show that gives you 3 decent to good seasons, or a series that gives you 1 season of all good to fantastic episodes? Maybe 1 season of good to fantastic. I feel like that would have a little more longevity. Which Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are more emotional? No Way Home or Brand New Day? I'm going to go with Brand New Day, personally. I also want to come back to this because I'm sorry, I was hanging up on that. The best aspects of what D&D did, though, all worth changes to the books. I think when it came to working with stuff that pre-existed their involvement in the show, they made better by deviating hard from the books. A lot of the peak aspects, the peak aspects of Game of Thrones are complete deviations. There's so little of those first 4 or 5 seasons of Game of Thrones that are even remotely how it looked in the books, by the way. I'll be honest, I'm only looking forward to the new stuff in the hopes that maybe the ending will be better, but what has been adapted is better than what, in my opinion, is better than what George wrote. I have them. They're right there. I've read them all. And I hate what D&D did with everything, but when it came to working with material that existed before them, I think they made it better by not adhering to any of it. But when it came all down to them making it all up from scratch, they weren't creative enough to do that. So one of the best My Adventures with Superman episodes ever. I was excited for what they were doing with a certain character. You're hyping me up, man. I can't wait. No Gmail tattoo. I do not want the questions about it like the cast, but it's Vax and Vex, the feathers tattoo. Oh, that's sick. Planning to get one for each character. Second one, I'm aiming for Pike, Amulet, or Percy plus Orthax. Oh, that would be a sick one. You will love it. Freaking love Frank and Brand New Day. Me too, man. If you say that again nicely, I might give Fox Machina a chance. Would you please watch Fox Machina? Would you please? First of all, there's going to be a name written in Gallifreyan. It's a bunch of circles inside of circles, which spell Liana Hopes. Oh, that's cool. I feel about Jean making her first appearance in this movie. I know some huge X-Men fans aren't exactly thrilled about Jean making her first appearance in a Spider-Man movie. I know there's some Spider-Man fans that are like, why is Jean the villain in this and not a Spider-Man villain? I don't give a fuck. The Marvel Universe is the Marvel Universe. Fucking have some fun with it. And it doesn't bother me at all. Would you rather have organic webs or web shooters? In all honesty, I'm not smart enough to keep the web shooters working. Well, yeah, you wouldn't. We wouldn't be. We're not fucking Peter Parker. I prefer. I get the convenience of organic. I get it, but I honestly have a preference leaning towards the web shooters. Definitely respect your opinion, but I'll be honest about my thoughts on the show, and I'm fine with the book changes as long as they make sense. Like Rainier and Allison being childhood besties. What are you getting, a bear? When are we getting the Bear final episodes? No rush, by the way. They're all recorded. I just need to fucking trudge through all of this stuff and figure out, because I still need to put that out and I still got Pluribus from like fucking months ago. I need to figure out how when I'm going to put that out. Not so what I would say to Sink in her character, so I had the satisfaction of, oh my god, in the theater. Yeah, I avoided all confirmations of anything. Was there heavy suspicions and suspections? Sure. But I went into the movie not having anything hard confirmed, at least. How about Daredevil in Spider-Man 5 with Tom Holland after the Punisher team up? Oh yeah, I definitely want a fucking Daredevil Spider-Man team up. I really been wanting to get a Flash tattoo. Got any ideas? We are the Flash. Or just the emblem. Joker is so not dead. No. Night of Seven Kingdoms, I was happy for the most part. It's definitely a faithful adaptation. Again, I don't think faithful doesn't always mean good. Personally. Animated D&D show based on the first campaign. One Beat Mighty Nine. Another great show. Oh yeah, Mighty Nine also fucking phenomenal. Where's the Buffy Wish episode? Yes. Do you think the Hood, the character from the Ironheart show, would make an appearance in Ghost Rider? Very much so could. Yeah, that was a joke. It is not uncommon. It is just that episode was very specific about how love potion cannot make true love. It can only create toxic obsession, like that angle on it. True. True. Google might be go, but I'm not so much into animated stuff. You need to fix that, man. People with a bias towards against animation, man, I just don't get it. I just can't comprehend it. It's so much of it, a lot of it's so much better than anything live action can ever give us. To each their own, but you're wrong. Obsession took that idea and heightened it in an incredible way. It most certainly did. If it hasn't been established, would you want a middle-aged or older Professor X? Professor X or Magneto? I'd probably go middle-aged, given we're doing a fresh reset and we're going to need him for a while. Indy is extremely talented. Yes, she is. Do you think Nikki liked Bear before, or do you think Nikki is responsible for everything? Also, do you think Bear is the main villain? No. After everything that comes out I think Nikki didn't like him like that. I think that was made very clear. Nikki is not responsible for anything that happened. Bear villain. Did he start it as the villain? No, but he became the villain for sure, undoubtedly. Nikki is responsible for fucking nothing. Like, let's stop that real quick. Got 3 beautiful little jumping spiders. No, it's a miracle if a show gets 12 episodes. I really suffer from the shorter episode orders. Starfleet Academy, The Librarians is a full-length show, 45 minutes episodes. The Rings of Power schedule is insane. What? Yeah, that's gonna be real fucking annoying to react to and keep up with. Good shorter series. It's quicker. What the fuck? My first Superman season 3, but also obviously you need more episodes. See, with that, I don't see where or why right now we would need more episodes. My Adventures with Superman so far has been pretty fucking tight. Maybe just a little more future stuff would be the most I would really stretch about it right now. Suffering crunching itself into a shorter episode order. Friends, Buffy, The OC, Scrubs. I'm so glad all my favorite shows got 20 plus episode seasons. Even if there is a dud episode, it's usually less disappointing because there's so many more to choose from. They're also cheap as fuck as hell to make. Hell, even Scrubs, this last one had only 9 episodes. Or 7, yeah, 9. One, quality is way up from these episodes. Budgets are up from these episodes. So there's a lot of like logistical reasons this is the case. Also, the reason that was a thing too was because of ad spacing, which is not a thing anymore. So there's a lot of reasons doesn't exist. A lot of people think that this season of My Adventures with Superman is rushed and could use at least one more episode. A lot of these people, not heard a single peep from any of these people, so we're in different circles. I disagree. Maybe an extra scene, but yeah, I mean, we're getting 10 episodes, so I mean, I was like, worried about that. But your opinion is yours, and I won't take it from you, even if it's wrong. That's right. The men are the issue. Okay, I'm gonna keep it posted. I will definitely, Darren. 1 or 2 more episodes of Magic for Super, but very greatly. Men are the problem in general. Sorry, Omni. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, for sure. Hoping I'll be finished with the Arrowverse by then. What obsession scene scares the hell out of you? I think the thing that freaked me out the most in the whole thing was when she walked in reverse and did the fucking mantis skitter in the background. Those 2 things unnerved me to all hell. Actually, the scene when she busts through the fucking window and does the thing with the brick. No smoke for Sarah. Nah, I have smokes for Sarah. Patriarchy is a fault always. So at what point do you feel Bear becomes the villain? Some are like villain from The Wish Being Made. Others are like Restaurant Point. Others give him till what's so bad with being with me line. Whoever gives him until the what's so bad with being he line are giving him way too much fucking thread. What the fuck? I'd say the restaurant scene because that's when he knows. Because the wish doesn't count because he didn't think it was real, and nobody would think it was real. No one would believe it. Like, any one of us who, like, desperately wanted a thing would be like, man, I just wish this person would like me. Not thinking of the consequences of that. I don't think that's part of the problem. But once he's like, oh shit, I made this happen, and then he's just like, fucking runs with it. That's when he chooses to take advantage of it. Yeah, once he's aware it's real, he's the villain, 100%. From that point onward, it's a decision, an active decision to do everything that he was doing. Everything from that point onward too. Even once he realizes the horror of it, he does nothing to mold the situation and make it better for her either. Or for it's everything after that point is all for him as well. Blah. Omni better than Alex Myers confirmed. Who's Alex Myers? I have no idea who this is. Disagree. Sarah literally victim blamed her friend and then tried to hit on Bear after watching Nikki bash her own face in. Sarah was not a good friend, not a good decision maker. It's not the villain, but she didn't deserve to die though. But I was side-eyeing her. I wasn't. She was being a good friend for one, because none of it made any sense from her angle. No, I don't agree with this at all. Yeah, no. Everybody, every other angle, even Ian, I think from a certain point was like, this isn't okay. This is weird. That whether the entity did or didn't exist, asked to exist, doesn't matter in this situation. When we're putting it to the other ones, we're not going to start victim blaming the entity. The entity is a completely different thing. Now we're getting into the weeds of some weird shit now. Yeah, no. What? Nikki victim, yes. Entity, fucking freaky monster thing, no. Yeah, no, hard disagree on this. One of my favorite YouTubers, and he's going to need to leave that town and get some serious therapy. I would be shocked if she doesn't go to jail immediately, though. Like, what is any crime scene? Like, her prints are on everything. Like, the sad thing is she's free, but like, there's no freedom for her at the end of it, too. Like, she's got her autonomy back, but like, I can't see a world in which she doesn't go to jail. Because from anybody's perspective, like, it sucks too. It's just so fucked. The movie is so fucked. God. Silver Age stuff throws people off. I get it. Are we allowed to talk about the recent House of the Dragon episode? Yes. Nikki could write a craziest memoir ever, though. True. She could do that from prison. Can you tell that to my brother? He won't let me listen to women if we tell him there is something wrong with him for not seeing Bear is at fault. Yeah. I mean, there's a little nuance, I think, because he's stuck in a situation he also didn't ask for, but he completely accepts and tries to make it best for him. Because he didn't know the wish would do what the wish did. In the way that the wish would do what the wish did. But at that point, as like we learn later, he can't alter it, he can't get out of it unless he dies. Like, that's the only way out, right? So like he's stuck. Did he do it? Did he mean to do it? Are two very different things. But the thing is, he has so many opportunities for accountability that he dodges outright willfully after a point, though. But if we're talking like initial onset, it's hard to like whatever at that point. Alliteration is going to sprain your tongue. Yes. Ever played Streets of Rage games before? No. It ended on her crying on the sofa, right? Yep. Yeah, that's the last scene I remember. Dealing with that. Lana, director of The Obsession, confirmed that Nikki went to prison after the movie was after. That sucks. Like, God. That's some bullshit. But I mean, I get it. It doesn't make it hurt any less. Right. What I'm saying is, like, at the point once he realizes that there's nothing to be done and he just rolls with it. Like, your options are so limited, but he does nothing to make it better for her, to make up for it either. That's the shitty stuff. That's the, like, I mean, all of it's shitty. It's such a fucking weird conversation to even have and think about. It's so fucked. All of it. It's such a good movie, though. Don't know what's inducted. Don't do it, Omni. Don't watch the finale. Just pretend it never ended. I get too sad when I remember the show is over. Tell my friends I don't like a book or change the book, stop, or worse. And when they say I was happy with Aegon stories, it was wrong. It looks good. That Omni hair always looks good. That bastard. Thank you. It does not always look good. I just put a lot of effort into making sure that it looks good on camera. Yeah, it works like you said. I want someone to explain why they rank something the way they did. Otherwise, arbitrary numbers. Is hair or is it the hair or is it him? Omni hair is like David Tennant's hair. Always looks like it's styled that way. I mean, this is just some pomade and a blow dryer. If you were Benny, would you reconnect with the people who you almost killed? If I was going on something like apology tour, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Final bump of dogs because it dragged down to certain areas and the third was a bit too long for me. I still need to watch the Odyssey. Might wait and react to it at this point. What do you think, Tom's Canada event, Aunt May's death or Tony's? May. Trans woman, and we look very much alike. You ever consider changing your gender? Me? No. I'm fairly content with myself for the most part, other than I'd say, like, as far as like comfortable in my own skin. I think for the most, I struggled a lot as a kid, just in general, just because like everybody's like saying I was too skinny all the damn time, like to like every conversation, like any family thing, it was always, dude, this boy needs to eat. And now though, I feel like I am like past a point where I'm comfortable with my weight. And now I'm like, that's the only thing where I'm at right now. But that's like age, man. Fighting age is like the battle. No one wins. Well, I don't want to say nobody, because like there's some fucking people out there. I'm like, goddamn, what fucking children, God's sacrifices did you make to like get what you got in this life? But no. But whatever anybody's got to do to be comfortable with himself, though, fucking get it. Rock it. Man, I must like you because I'm not even a DC fan. Marvel all the way. Yeah, I'm just that way, though. It's okay. Strange question. As a fellow trans person, I feel like that's really weird and invasive to ask. I mean, it's fine. I didn't feel offended being asked the question. I'll say. I would preface that with saying it is a risky question, I think, to ask depending on where you're at. But I think we're okay. We're fine. I appreciate the sentiment, though, Lit Mason. You should come back with the reading reactions. Getting on hype with the Bubblegum and Marceline would be a short comic and the musical. I was thinking about revisiting like the book stuff with the new Owl House book that comes out later this fall. You know, I don't know. I just can't get into Capaldi. I don't know why he bores me. I think earlier on he's really hard to get into, but he's got the biggest arc out of all of the Doctors, I feel. Like by his third run, he's one of my favorites. I love him in that, like, by the end of it all. Not gonna lie, I really want to see Mummy 4. Me too. Me fucking too. Gracie didn't get a chance to shine. She should have been given more time and better writers. 100%. God damn it, man. My fucking tab keeps crashing for the stream over here. Agree Whittaker got screwed over by the writer's showrunner. Her performance is more compelling to me, and I guess that's what I'm saying. But I just feel like they wasted that potential in the end. She's trying her hardest to make it work. As far as more compelling, like I feel Capaldi's got the most complex Doctor arc out of any Doctor. Like, as far as like emotional layers, character growth, and like from beginning to end, he's got the biggest arc that any Doctor has. More than Tennant, more than Smith, more than Jodie, more than Shooting, more than anybody that predates him. The thing about that, though, that sucks is I don't like a lot of the actual episode story a lot. I like his story as a character in those stories, but I don't always love the stories of the episodes, if that makes sense. One last one for the day, but have you played the new Marvel Tokon game or the new Avatar fighting game? I played the Avatar fighting game. I played it at San Diego. I have not played Tokon yet. The first potential woman. Benny was screaming in pain while the scarabs were munching. There was that too. There was that. When 13th got multiple chances to learn about herself and open herself with Yaz, in the 15th finale, 13th shows up and the TARDIS says, I should have said that to Yaz, responding to 15th, I love you. True. There was that. We did get that in retrospect. Doctor's fine with the story sucked. So glad we're taking a break from Doctor Who. Me too. Hopefully it finds us. I like Ncuti stuff though. Like, I mean, there was some hit or miss stuff, like as there usually is, but like overall, I really like Ncuti as the Doctor. I like that run, like what they were doing, but like I do think it needs. I think it might need a break. Usually occurred to me that Ben technically sold his soul. It just occurred to me that Benny technically sold his soul to Emotep. True. So maybe that plays a part in it. Like grape wine. Grape wine's yum. I like blueberry or raspberry, typically. Strawberry's good too. Next month, we're going to see the movie called Prime Time with Robert Pattinson, him playing Chris Hansen. Oh, is that what that is? I've been seeing that pop up on my timeline more and more, but I haven't really looked into it at all. Showing season 2 episodes. Not doing that. Be a mummy because of how he essentially bound his soul to Emotep and the servant. Maybe. That's something you could do. Did you see a mom was annoyed with the Elena scene because it was too inappropriate for children, apparently? Fuck off. As a longtime fan, I'm very glad Doc Ho is taking a break. Because honestly, bring back RTD. Bringing back RTD. ... I thought it was a good idea for a little while, and I think initially it was, but like again, like everything else, it just kind of like, I don't know, man. It's finding that magical sweet spot is just, I don't know. We're not there. You know, a little solid on the shoulders. Love your stuff. I would recommend you watch another show though. I don't know if you want to watch it. I mean, you can tell me what it is, and we can go from there. But as far as like right now, putting anything on the schedule is not going to happen. What's better, a smoothie or a milkshake? Milkshake. Oh, it is storming hard today. And when I was looking at the weather yesterday, when I was trying to debate if I needed to mow yesterday or today, there's like a 35% chance of rain Sunday. I was like, okay, so might as well suck it up and do it Saturday, which I did. But glad I dodged that fucking bullet. Other stuff wouldn't be impacted the same by something like Lab. I also don't like when IPs are sold to literally Fortnite skins. Like Zooble is literally a tool. When they spend most of the season trying to not think of themselves as a crutch to others. When is my Adventures in season 3, episode 9? Every Monday, we've been very consistent about that. It's been very consistent all season long so far. Ever watch a glimpse of the show Johnny Test? I watched it. Okay, this isn't fair. I've seen bits and pieces only while it was on and nothing else was on. I've not been able to like get locked into that show ever in my life. I've tried fleetingly, not like a lot of effort, but like I've never been entertained by anything I've seen from that show that I can recall, at least. How do you feel about non-Kingdom Hearts fans having figures or clothes of it because they like the way Mickey looks? Are you like flipping tables about fake fans? I mean, if they're fans of Mickey and his drip and that shit, I mean, his drip's cool, so like, fuck it, I don't care. I feel like there's like, Mickey looks cool in Kingdom Hearts, but I'm not a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm not gonna like fault them for having Kingdom Hearts specific Mickey stuff. Don't drink alcohol. Smoke some Murdo. Pause, cats. I'm like orange juice with some liquors. Used to drink like alcohol with the eggnog, and it turns out I only like eggnog because it feels like a room with alcohol. I get that. I do like the taste of eggnog, but maybe not so much the alcohol content of it. Kitty, pause, kitty party, kitty tax. I gave you a cat before they disappeared. Someone just ran. Cat was like, we've been discovered, boys. Dude, they're right next to you. They haven't made a fucking peep. Just curious, how old were you when you started drinking alcohol? 28. 28. Grab my cat from in the front of that was the first time I got drunk, was 28. 26. Grab my cat in front of the computer so she can see some handsome kitty. Heard kitty and I ran here, so you know, kitty, I feel betrayed. Ruby is better than Red vs. Blue, but Red vs. Blue is really good. Okay, listen, I haven't seen Ruby, but peak Red vs. Blue is fucking peak. We wouldn't have Ruby if it wasn't for Red vs. Blue. That's a fact. Ruby wouldn't exist. So respect your predecessors here. The Amongst show. Like the Among Us show? Or are we talking about something else here? To be clear, I wasn't trying to argue. I was genuinely curious on what the issue was with the Fortnite collab, but your reasoning makes sense to me. Oh, no, you're fine. We discovered, boys, it's Duddy. It's Jamaican. To us for dirty and duddy wine is a dance and a song. Rhymes with putty. I have no idea what you're talking about. No fucking clue. Hadn't considered the context of specifically the eldritch nature of the Kingdom Hearts canon. God damn it. Calm down. I don't know if that's coming up through on the mic at all. Oh yeah, I just realized I haven't been playing music at all. Fuck it. Last couple times I tried to shake it up, I got copyright claimed for the entire fucking stream, so whatever. Merlin. Merlin's a great name for a kitty. Ugh for the Merlin blob. Merlin could have gone as a guest. Merlin's the main villain in the new season of The Librarians, and he's played by Dominic Monaghan from Lord of the Rings. Oh, that's cool. The screen is visible, by the way, just to warn. Huh? Huh? What do you mean? The fuck you mean? Yeah. Blech. I'll probably want to change tabs or whatever. Audience even. Gone ignore. Do you intend to watch Widow's Bay? Maybe someday, but not soon. So Omni didn't realize Baby Duddy was the friends we made along the way. It's duty free, off topic. Have you seen The Nice Guys? I have not. If not, it's a nice reaction. Can't wait to witness. Dave Rewind, Rise with Putty. I'm so lost. Are you going to watch the Lego version? Lego version of what? Do you remember when we met? Shit. I swear, I don't know. I really don't know. Like the first time, because I know I've seen you like all over the place. But I can't remember because a lot of the conventions blur together. It was a galaxy. It was because this last level up was your first level up. I know that, right? It had to have been a GalaxyCon though. I just don't remember which one. Because I go to all the ones in the tri-state. Oh, it's when I tabbed out. That makes sense, I guess, because I haven't separated the windows this time around. Do you remember? Do you? Also, the X-Files Lego set is now available, by the way. I know. I've got 3 of them. I've got 3 of them. I haven't posted it yet, but I unboxed them yesterday. I haven't started putting it together yet. Because I wanted at least 2 of the Scullys so I could have 1 boxed for each. But I accidentally fucked up the order and wound up with 3 of the regular sets and 2 of the Scullys. 2004, maybe? That's a year. That's a date. Do you remember the fucking convention specifically? Because I can tell you I don't. But 2004 makes sense. Like, it was probably about 2 years ago. When I watched, how was the MCU Hall H? It was fun. It was fine. It was painful standing for 5.5 hours for it, but I got in. I got to see the spectacle. I got to be like right by the stage. It was a lot of fun. Correct name for you now is I met Jack Quaid, who watches the channel. True. How'd you feel about has been a hell of a collaboration on Fortnite since they have done Digital Circus and Atla and Korra? It's another thing. I mean, hell of a boss makes sense. Put Imp in there. That makes sense thematically. Though they would have to be made taller because canonically Blitz is what, like 2 feet tall? Not at all. I think I just booed at you and we became con friends. No, that was definitely it. It was definitely it started with a boo. That's for sure. I mean, hands down the best Susan cosplay in existence. That's for damn sure. Spider-Man Brand New Day is like Spider-Man 2, but the opposite. Peter to focus on the spider, except outside himself. Gotta say, I love the movie that Jack Quaid was in, The Canyon. That movie was pretty good. I need to check it out. Also want to watch Novocaine that he was in. Dictatorship. I thought they were a cult of omnisexuals. To your right side. Is your cat named after Indiana Jones? Yes. I feel like we talked about the post-credit scene of the Brand New Day, or did you already talk about it, or did you already see the post-credit scene? Well, I definitely already saw the post-credit scene. I saw the movie. I'm not stupid. See a Marvel movie, I stick around to the fucking end. Yeah, yeah, we talked about it earlier. Pretty early on, I think, actually. One of my issues was how the heck they were, one of my issues was how the heck was the Punisher able to enter a hospital? Isn't he one of the most wanted men in New York? Hell, in the state even. I could fucking care less about that. In the MCU, don't give 2 shits about that, personally. Speed run. Do you see the casting for Heat of Rival for season 2? I did, actually. I did see that tidbit of information. You actually might like the librarians. It's basically like if Indiana Jones respected women more. Don't know why that fucking like got me so hard. Why is that so funny? You're not wrong. Oh, they were assholes in Miss Marvel. Oh yeah, they were. So sad they canceled Wonder Man. Me too, man. Me too. Totally forgot Damage Control were the asses from Miss Marvel. Well, I mean, you had the one guy that was like just trying to like, I'll give him a little leeway because he was trying to be respectful, trying to do things the right way. His partner was straight up racist, though. Like, that bitch went off the rails so fast that he couldn't do anything about it. It might be a big ask for the new show watch, but it would be great if you could give miraculous takes of Ladybug and Cat Noir a try. The main protagonist is inspired by our beloved Spider-Man. Maybe one day if it ever wins our animation poll, whenever that goes live for the good fucking Lord. I wonder if they'll go with the mutation control devices and must haunt Peter for life when they use it against the mutants later on and he knows he is responsible. Yeah, we'll see. That's one of the big things I feel like is going to be a lingering thing we're going to have to deal with later. Did Sunfire come out of nowhere for you, Omni? It was a nice twist. If the dragon was dead, that would have been awful change, but still, I wish they built up to his return more. I thought they handled it pretty well. I didn't see it coming at all, that's for damn sure. But they set it up, I thought, with him like leaning over and sensing that connection in a way that only he would be able to. Strange Bay, eat some cheese with the wine, be truly fancy. You can float. Y'all float down here. No more walking. Would they not have little, like, spindly little noodle legs? They'd atrophy. It would help at conventions, though. I'll tell you that. Floating 5 inches off the floor. My legs would feel... Actually, you know what? Now that we're talking about that... Not sounding so bad now, actually. With all the conventions I go to. The floating thing's starting to sound a little better to me now. I might walk that back and take that now. A lot of people are saying House of Dragon is trying to retcon Game of Thrones. What do you think about that? There are things I think they're trying to flesh out more that in the end they still fuck up. So like I feel like the only way you can try to retroactively make Game of Thrones better is with a sequel show. I don't think any prequel can make anything that happened at the end of the line any better. Mom glare. You be the gentleman from Buffy. I don't know which one you're talking about. It's been 10 years since I've watched Buffy. Last, at least. Do whatever you want with the House of Dragon, but the mother-son stuff is too far. Like what? When was that scene happened? I mean, again, it makes sense to me. Put a bed sheet over you and you could be a ghost. It's awesome, but he has to make sounds too. As long as you wear your wine chair seat belt, you should be okay. Here, eat this cookie, just in case. Nom nom nom. Kitty, pretty kitty, cute. Totally valid to be put off, but I just don't get when people are surprised because that's what you sign up for. I'll be honest, I don't remember what we were talking about when this comic came up. I don't remember. It was too long ago at this point. Adorable kitty. He is a beautiful cat. His love is so fluffy. Oh, to be loved by someone like this cat is loved by Omni. And it also canonically has an affinity for magic. That's also a thing. Bruce said she broke something in my head. Wonder if that has something to do with the memories of Peter. I forgot about that too, because whatever like control he had over the Hulk innately, that got messed up too. Who knows? Drink it without food. Are you liking My Hero Academia? I fucking love it so far, man. I'm having such a blast with it. Some people were in the nerd cast were not happy with Jean's first appearance in the MCU was one of the villains of the film. Thoughts on this? We talked about that one bit already. Make some cards about the characters when I'm back on my dad's. Peter said you're not a killer, Jean. I was like, heck yeah, she is. She literally killed at least 5 people in the film when she was controlling them. I think like I only remember one person she most likely killed was the guy she got ran over. Like, that guy could be alive. Chances are, though, maybe not. But her body count is very low. If she has one. What'd you think of Sadie as Jean? So she's fucking awesome, except for those couple shots where her wig is absolutely fuck-ass terrible. There's a couple movies that seem to be man and his dog type movies. Man and dog surviving in the wild. How do you feel about dog animal movies? I need to check on animal before watching. You need to check on the animal before watching. typically, no. This concern came up after my visceral breakdown about the cat scene and fucking Obsession. But I would prefer not to be warned, regardless of the outcome. But, I mean, a dude and his dog is like, it's such a tropey kind of thing, just like a fucking Christmas Hallmark movie. Usually not my fucking cup of tea at all. This is what out loud to the claw zone. Explain. Gotta go. You guys have fun. See you next time. Bye. Take it easy, AJ. Well, you've been gone for almost an hour now, probably. Brand new say Spidey suit was beautiful. Yes, it was. Yeah, I think Jean Day did either by accident or as a thank you to Peter. Fun fact, Spider-Man's home in the comics is located in Forest Hills, Queens. 20 Ingram. Hard agree. Not gonna lie, he could have stayed longer in Yelena's office for my liking. Hey-yo. Fight scenes were insane. Also, yes, they were. Convinced me to give it a try. I hope so. Damn, now even I want to watch Vox and Machina. It's one of my... It's been my top 10 favorite shows of all time. One of the few things I've actually bought Hot Toys of in there. Those things are fucking expensive. Fucking love it so much. I have to agree to an extent that D&D and even Ryan Condal did some things better than George. I might agree with some, might disagree. One section is Fire Blood is so boring. It's 7 chapters long. One section is 5 chapters, just building the roads. Organic web shooters means you can get web blocks if you are sick. No. Mentally or physically. That is true, but you, under primo conditions, don't run out. While with web shooters, you do have a finite supply in every scenario. Alice Rivers is kind of wild from the last episode. Surprised Eamon isn't that upset about what she did. True. Was going to go see cry until Aunt May talking to Jean and Spidey was getting the shot with Frank and people outside the hospital supporting. There's quite a few moments throughout the movie. That got me to tear up like that, man. Kind of like the Flash 2 is actually the character, the Flash. What else are you talking about? What else would you be talking about? As an indie fan, did you watch the web series The Guild? I have not. Plan to one day get red lightning tattooed up on lead because the other one loved tattoos and the other one's like thinking he's a Flash who's like running around between the other movies. My other movie tattoos. I got spoiled the city with Jean Grey, but I also wasn't surprised because it was overly talked about, if that makes sense. True. I mean, yeah. Even if it wasn't like confirmed, it was the conversation for, well, I mean, since she was announced, honestly, was when that started. Let's see. I'm sad Marvel canceled Blade and Wonder Man Season 2. Same. Don't you know me? I'll do as I please, Teeny. Yeah, the Claw Zone is an amazing place in Louisville. I'll share later. Please. I'm still amiss at what that is. Honestly, as a piece of work, actually, if you pay attention to the background Omni in Bear's apartment, he had Nikki's social calendar and her photo on his wall showing he was a stalker. I did not notice that. Oof. His rush. It could be 20 episode not, but maybe 11 could be nice to get a little more time to flesh out the relationship with all the movie pieces. Again, I don't know of anything that needs. Want is different. Needs very different conversation. I don't think of anything that needs to be explored more. Other than the future bit, because we did cut from that one shot of him being John being captured to him being now here back. That's the only thing that I'm like, how do we get from here to here? That's it. That's the only question mark I have about the season right now. What's maybe for the youngest person in the group? Can she just tell the police I killed in self-defense? Or she was under the influence of the One Wish Willow? Well, that wouldn't go over well. The One Wish Willow bit. That would probably put her in a loony bin. We have our recommendations for the new shows. I'd recommend Tell the police that she was a victim, although it was a great idea as a way to go to the mental hospital instead of a prison. So that's something. I mean, that would probably maybe be, well, depending on the mental institution, might be better than prison. So I wonder how the one Wish Willow will be treated by society. I mean, like, it's weird because, like, you go to that shop and it's like this thing that's treated like this fact everybody knows about. But then online, there's like debate about it. And then the way Ian reacts is so counter to the other reactions we've had about it. So yeah, how would law enforcement and the legal system work about if the one Wish? She doesn't even know. To be fair, she doesn't even know. Anybody that knew about him using the Willow's dead. Well, no. She saw through the eyes of this thing, which cracked one. So she might have been able to piece together that's what happened. So yeah, it is a very open to how the legal system would interpret or use that defense. I hate the line that I was saying you would blame me for what men have done. This is Rakoto trying to say that all the men are evil when Rainier and Allison aren't free of blame either. Not wholly wrong. Don't remember if you liked or disliked medical shows, but I heard great stuff about The Pit. So my list to watch mainly because of the Neurodivergent rip. I've heard nothing but great things, and I like Scrubs. That's the only medical show I choose to watch. But I've heard great things about The Pit, and Fiona Dorff's in it, and I'd like to kind of just watch something that she's in. So that's one thing. Love your reaction to My Hero Academia universe. I'm happy when you find the most important villain of them all. Like how they also make you feel bad for the fake Nikki personality that the Wish made. I'll be honest, I don't know if I ever even considered it an entity of its own. I only ever thought about the people we knew as opposed to Wish Nikki, fake Nikki, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I ever took it into consideration because it's some fucking magical demon from hell. Alex Myers is an animation YouTuber currently being canceled to filth for his video on obsession. I don't know exactly what he said to know how I feel about it. Don't know. Don't recognize him either. Interesting. Tis my birthday. I was having a very interesting D&D campaign. Well, hell yeah, and happy birthday. Dude, I miss playing D&D, man. For fuck's sake, man. Oh yeah, Bear's definitely the ultimate villain. Didn't the director of the film say she was just was she exhausting? Water hun. Oh yeah, water. Yum. Thank you for looking out. I definitely was feeling that, actually. Your Honor, I'll now just stream how my client is innocent by using a One Wish Willow snap. I wish Nikki was found not guilty in this court of law. I mean, if they wanted to burn their one wish to actually do something just, that'd be one thing. I wouldn't trust anybody to do that, though. She's embracing it. I mean, no, he didn't ask for it. He only made the wish where he asked for it. No, he didn't. Director confirms that the One Wish Willow isn't evil. It's Bear who wished for the malicious thing. I mean, it's not inherently malicious. Obsession is literally all my issues with Wonder Woman 84. Diana made out with fake Steve when it wasn't really Steve. That wasn't okay either. What Bear did, Diana wasn't the villain, though. I completely fucking wiped Wonder Woman 84 from my memory. What the fuck? That's so weird that there's a parallel between those two. I think the difference in that situation, the film doesn't ever address that part of it. Is at least Diana like tries to fix everything by the end of it all. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't know. I warned him like they don't come back from there. People use that to say stuff sucks. This is another thing like I was talking about too. Is like, yeah, but the woman at the counter warned him about it. It's a fucking like, I paid $6.99 to get a wish. I don't give a shit what some like hippie says behind a counter. I'm not gonna believe it's real. That's one thing. That's literally the only benefit of the doubt that I give this dude. Is like nobody would ever think it's real. Like it's the belief in that fucking like the magic 8-ball tells the truth. Every time definitively tells the truth. You know, yes. Turn up, I didn't expect to actually be the answer. He was getting that, but he chooses to keep it up when he realizes being the answer. Exactly. Yes. What I was saying. Fair. I think it's this is the very start of the show, and the bear himself was a complacent, evil motherfucker. That always been a complacent, evil. So no, it is. I agree with how fucked it is. The golfers, yes. When we started standing in the corner of the room in the dark, watching bear. That's a pretty creepy spot. Any of the shadow, the use of shadow and light in the fucking movie is so fucking brilliant, masterful, eerie. I think one of my favorite shots, I think it was when she was in the doorway, standing outside the door, and when she was so silhouetted in a way that you could still just barely make out her facial features, but in her eyes, you could just see small, minor reflections. So it made it very out of the almost pitch blackness of her silhouette. You just see the sparkles in her eyes. Super eerie. Yeah, I'm glad it's happening. I think movies that spark conversations like that are great for everybody, even if it gets exhausting. Yeah, when she gives you your dead cat for lunch. And this fucker, this is the funniest bit. This fucker wanted to be a food critic, and he didn't even notice something was wrong with this goddamn fucking sandwich. Yet Sarah immediately was like, your lunch smells rank as fuck. Death of his friend, you have the thought, let me try to get the new Willow and make another wish. My dude, that should have been thought number one. Should have been thought number one once he realized what the fuck he did. Yeah. It was like, fix it. Maybe she likes to highlight and me. God damn it, man. This fucking thunder, dude. Maybe she likes Twilight and Edward to stare at Bella at the night without knowing the wine. It's friend Sala, you look great. Taking interviews, Michael, known as Omni Media, hands to the my best YouTuber. I'm most certainly not. Bear could have had a shot with Sarah, who was into him, and she was fine as hell too. As a result of Bear's actions, even himself. He even creates a new consciousness that's literally enslaved to him by the whole thing is horrific, ripped to his friend group. Literally everybody fell in the wake of his own obsession. His own obsession. Everything got destroyed by it. Look great in general. Just hush. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, though. Don't let people bring you down. I think it's more me bringing me down. You look great. Love your hair. Thank you. Don't fight it. Embrace it. You've earned it. Every wrinkle, whatever comes your way with age. I would like to lose a little bit of this. It'd probably be easier on my knees. Just the volume. Now that I've heard a lot. Like anytime I go to get my hair cut, like somebody brings it up. Like it's usually the people cutting my hair. We've said plenty of times, you look awesome, gorgeous, and work it, man. Thank you. So for Nikki, that poor girl, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes to a mental home or something like that. It could be a risky question, but I'm glad you weren't bothered by it and gave you a chance to discuss something organically. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you never know. But I try to be pretty open, pretty chill about things. As much as possible, within reasonability. I would say I'm comfortable with my weight, too, at 30. It's just a matter of maintaining it. Some people can win against aging if you take care of yourself well enough. You look great, Omni. Thank you. I appreciate that. There's definitely, I feel, room for improvement. But I appreciate that. But that's also just me being my own critic. Literally got the whole chat thirsting over him and still has insecurities. Humans are strange. Yes, do the Owl House book. So grateful this is a safe space for all. Okay, I trust y'all. I'll go back and rewatch Capaldi. Now, I'm not saying you're going to enjoy the stories, though, but I think, like, look at it from, like, Capaldi's, the character arc. So the first red flag would have been when they first kissed and she jumped back. John Bear, that's not wrong to you. Well, I'd say that there was a lot of confusion in how she was acting as the entity was taking control of her body. That I would honestly, myself, would be really fucking confused about all of the signals being thrown at me. I don't know if I would have known what that was. Let's see. Probably lost interest in his arc paid off. I want to go rewatch to see how I feel about it because it's been a few years. Because I love the conclusion to his arc. Honestly, it would have been a great conclusion of the entire show. I think. Homemade chocolates or 85% disaster. Doctor, we good. Don't have that magic baking touch. This might be too dark, but do you think Nikki, with everything that happened, might have major problems, mental problems, and might think about ending it? I mean, that would be a tragic, unfortunate, but very, very real possibility after everything. Especially considering the fact that I'm assuming she remembers everything that happened in her body, whether she was in control or not. The Doctor, I don't know. I could watch it. It's maybe too long, but some of the plots are very interesting. Hey, the argument that you need to eat more because I'm too skinny. I'm too skinny. We take our bodies our own way. For me to be working out more this day is going to stay in shape and age more. Always people saying that guys shouldn't like girl shows. What? There's always people saying that guys shouldn't like girl shows, and then ones on Low started working at Wings Club and Monster High. I can't think of like I think Sailor Moon was probably the first like girls show I ever really liked. However, like when I was growing up, for whatever reason, I think it's just because I thought it was cool to have like the little sets. I really wanted, I always wanted Polly Pockets. And I know what I wanted when I was a kid, I wanted like one of those electric Jeeps, but I specifically wanted the pink Barbie one. My dad wouldn't have any of it. My mom managed to sneak me some Polly Pockets, and then inevitably that trend transferred over to boy stuff, and there was some He-Man stuff and some Power Rangers Polly Pocket equivalents that I started getting really obsessed with. But I did have quite a few Polly Pockets. He got me like a camo G.I. Joe Jeep, and I got so upset. But as far as like shows, I can't remember ever really being that drawn though. Until like, I like Sailor Moon. I like the action of it, the powers, the monsters, the villains, the transformations. Plus, at the time, I was like, man, they're all fine as fuck. I love your reaction, my favorite acting universe. You're gonna be happy when you find out. You already mentioned that one already. Sent that ish over to NCU and should be using more rain. Have you ever entertained the idea on watching Ben 10 the animated series before? I've watched the original and Alien Force. I never finished Alien Force, but I haven't watched the other stuff. Have I ever seen the new Among Us show? I have not yet. Not yet, no. Hold up. Called ahead to get a booth first at 6 p.m. Okay, cool. So on track. I want to make sure I wasn't losing track of time. Oh, shit, though. We're still 40 minutes behind on chat. Damn. Tom McRae, who is a writer on the Matt Smith era, is now working on The Librarians. He's the guy who wrote The Girl Who Waited. A lot of people call it American Doctor Who. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Don't mow. Just braid the grass. That probably would not go over with the neighbors all that well. Glad Elijah's watching My Adventures with Superman. She is. And I've been trying to keep up with them with some of the time that I have. I've watched her first 3 episodes of it. Fucking love it. I'm so excited for her to get to season 2 and all of the Kara stuff. I think she just put out her first season 2 video today. Now I want to teach a toddler to braid grass. Just very much a daily story. It's not very, has plot area very loose. If you want to get into the MCU animated universe, you need to watch. Well, I mean, it's not an MCU animated universe. You're talking about Marvel in general. Watching Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. Yeah, that's not MCU though. That's not MCU. But I've heard really good stuff about that show. See, I left the theater after watching the yelling scene. I wasn't saying it was inappropriate. The mom did. I wasn't talking about you. None of my reaction was towards you. Jay, I think Omni was saying fuck off to the prude mom, not you directly. Yeah, 100%. That was definitely not directed at you, Tasman. Have you ever eaten sushi and wasabi before? What are your thoughts? Wasabi, very fucking overpowering in anything more than like a little dose. Just the taste in general, mate. Sushi, not my vibe. Do not like the texture of it. About to turn 29 in October, and I'm able to call myself really, really old yet? No. If I can't, you can't. I'm assuming they don't have DVD sets of RVB, do they? Yeah, I've got all the main sagas on Blu-ray, actually. Now, currently, do they? Don't know. After the whole Rooster Teeth sinking debacle, don't know. I was into RVB before Ruby even existed. Don't worry, I am said elders in question. Yeah, I'm a day one RVBer. Have I ever seen First Kill? It's a TV show on Netflix. Question, have you seen it? No, have not. Monty Omn1. Huh? What? I somewhere talking about Monty Ohm, but I don't know why we went from Monty F. Monty F? I don't know what this was meant to be. I wanted to ask for a Wolverine game. Are you going to stream your gameplay? Stream, maybe. But by the time it releases, I'll be in the new house, so I might actually be able to stream it. I should be able to stream it. So probably, worst case scenario, it'll be pre-recorded, but I'm going to try to stream it. Get off my braided lawn, crap, cap, and crack, you whippersnapper. Yes, RVB paved the way for RBV, and they are sister shows. Started to feel better, not really myself. I don't really be joining the rest of the life today, so healing came back to normal with a busy birthday party and my birthday. So I hope you feel better. If you, I mean, feel free to not be here. Nobody's required to be here if you're not feeling up to it. Like the Leverage and the Librarians. Have you considered diving into the Pokemon series? I mean, I've watched the original up until Johto. The end of Johto. After that, I just kind of stopped caring. I watched some of the movies after that, but I just lost interest in the show after that. I think Zeus is trying to tell you something. What, though? What? How do I interpret it? I didn't see anything wrong with the Elena scene. Don't want to get your suit wet, you know. Love the response. Delay, and yes, Among Us show. Sorry for setting up for my stream. No, you're good. You're good. What's my favorite Kingdom Hearts world? Probably like we're talking like, are we talking like Disney World or just world in general? Because if world in general, either the world that never was or Twilight Town. Thunder brings to the ring. You know, watch this later, so I forbid copyright music. Needs to stay up. I mean, it stays up. It doesn't get blocked. It just, they monetize the entire damn thing. I'll say I miss when the copyright free a synth. It was, not anymore. Didn't know there was an Among Us show. Might have to check that out. You tabbed out. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you were pulling up YouTube. Interesting you're watching solo. You interested in watching Solo Leveling someday? It was on the poll that My Hero Academia won. So at some point, yeah. So I'll not be able to join the rest of the stream today. I'm so sorry. I will be back in myself and starting with myself on a bit better. Just ran really busy. Had to say goodbye. Again, take care of yourself. You guys take care of yourselves. Nope. Don't worry about it. You are all good. If you have to miss, you have to not be here. Totally fine. Do you remember when we met? This feels like a trap. Do you remember Nikki telling Bear to kill her? So the demon sleeping in the bed in the car because Bear knew that was the real Nikki. Yeah, I remember that. And yeah. I don't know where we were going with that revelation in this comment, but yeah, I do remember that. I was going to come out behind them now. Doctor Who lost his magic to me. I kind of agree with that. Kiki materialized behind Omni. Yeah, my first level up. I was thinking of a friend. Her name was Chloe. She went back to college. I was crying after she left for 6 hours. I miss her. A couple of friends are really far away. That sucks. But hopefully it's not. I mean, hopefully you guys can still stay in touch and all that will be perfectly fine. But that's part of growing up, man. You can't stay around the same people forever. You can, but it doesn't happen that often. Rain, what's that? I feel like I haven't seen rain for so long. Man, I hate the summer. Since you're a big friends, or what's your thoughts on Ross and Rachel argument? Remember, they were on a break. Even though Rachel contradicts this later in the episode or follow-up episodes, in the episode itself, neither of them actually confirmed and agreed to take a break. She says, maybe we should take a break. And Ross storms out. You might take that as confirmation. Some might. Some may take that as, oh, I guess that's what's happening right now. But nobody technically ever agreed to a separation. So, hot take, maybe? They weren't on a break when the deed happened. They might retroactively now look back on it as such because of what happened. But technically, nobody agreed to said splitting. They were both bad at communication. That is the lesson of the day. Yeah, maybe we should take a break. Ross immediately cheats. Given, after that conversation, he gets that phone call and he hears Mark in the background. Not a great look, still not confirmation. So, still valid, yes. Yes, he, not at all, just booed at you and come on, friends. Are we disappointed that we didn't get a Phase 7 slate for the MCU? Makes sense to hold off until after Doomsday Secret Wars. Yes, I was not disappointed. I did not expect us to actually get anything like that yet. Angel and Husk wielding machine guns is just normal for them. True. What about Luna? Yeah, sure. Why not? Or just have her as like a cute doggy backpack. 37-ish. Let's see. 37-ish. Or is this 37-ish? It's just Livewire. That'd be funny. It's always the boo that it begins it. You've been reading a lot of X-Men lately. When you read Angel and Husk and you think of that first. Blush tease. That your cat was named after Indy Neveretti. Well, I've had the cat longer than I think I've known who she is. So no. Indy Neveretti as Jubilee. Thoughts? She could be a good one. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's not the right casting choice for that. Yeah, no. She's not. That would be an incompatible casting decision right there. Yeah, because she's Chinese. So why isn't this working? There you go. Yeah. Let's see. So real, who gives a fuck? I say Spider-Man. No one gives a fuck about the crimes he committed. No hate to Indiana Jones, but we all saw those first two movies. We did. But the second movie, to be fair, that woman was insufferable. So. This is when I get canceled. Oh, how tall Blitzo is. He's 3 feet-ish. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a lot of horns, though, I think. Left before the post-credit scene because my dad doesn't like waiting unless it's worth it. So I explained the scene to him instead. Saw the post-credit scene with my friend, though. Sure, we're not going to talk about darkly. Some ointment for that burn. Oh, man, once the snorting starts, it's all over. I'm about to crying. Then bringing back Wonder Woman and another project, at least, with Trevor, of course. I hope so. I hope so. I'm so upset about what happened with that show. So it's going to leave before the credits and the end of the Marvel series. Like, we all know post-credits scene are a thing that Marvel made popular. Yeah. Well, I heard that thunder. I could see you reacting to some looks. Let's hope it does. 2026 is going to be one of the most historic and profitable years for pop culture. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. But we have heavy hitter movies, games, series, and series continuations. It is a lot of iconic stuff going on right now. Full theater when watching Spider-Man. Not a single soul left before the credits ended. Theaters are certainly back. For certain things. Not like for everything, but most things. One Piece Lego on Netflix. Cool. Did you hear about the canceled Zuko movie and the details about it because it made mad that it got canceled? I did, and I'm a little upset. I'm not mad, but I would have liked to have seen what they were going to do with that. I hope that still gets made in some form, whether it's a comic, a novel, or something. We have Mortal Kombat 2, we have Street Fighter, Project Hail Mary, Obsession, Spider-Man, Doomsday, and we have GTA 6, and we have Wolverine, we have what's that? We have is that Modern Warfare 4, or what is that W4 supposed to be? Many others. We also have Spider Noir, Vox Machina, One Piece live action. Definitely the busiest years for pop culture in a really long time. Random, but do you ever think about how the humans in WALL-E would have actually atrophied into skeletal husks with no muscle mass or fat reserves because they never move? Yeah, it crossed my mind. It definitely crossed my mind. For sure. When I was watching that. 3? Why? Busy. Fuck my life. Busiest. The Punisher might be done after Brand New Day anyway, or his version of him, so it might not matter if he was able to avoid the police, although in the special, I think he was able to wander around a bit. Well, he's definitely not done. He's 100% not done after this. It's okay, Captain Kraken. Only as long as keep us. Keep the video putting the set. Please video putting the set together. I would watch it. Maybe. Possibly. You don't know the deals. Yeah, I do know. We talked about it. Random. I'm prepping for the solo pool trip. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Pool sounds nice right now. That's what I kind of meant earlier. Omni struggled to get invested in the Game of Thrones prequel shows because they will all lead up to the flop ending I don't care about. I'll love a sequel. Yeah, I mean that was my biggest pain point with House of Dragon in general, is that I have a hard time shaking that all of this still inevitably leads to this unfortunate demise of a series. Love the ad for the X-Files Lego set. It was fun. Yeah, the ad was pretty fucking fun. We'll have fun. She only killed one person. It wasn't even confirmed. Honestly, root for Aegon because boy deserves a win, although he's an awful person. He's a good person, but awful ruler. The opposite of Aegon. Poor Bruce, man. A great way to get him out of the way for Doomsday. True. What about all the collateral damage she made when the woman would drive the tank through the city? Doubt no one died during that. I doubt it. Realistically, probably not, but this is the MCU, man. No one died in the fucking battle in New York, so. Rhaenyra might be a good ruler soon, but she might not be making awful choices right now. Off choice. I think that it's intentional, though, given where episode 7 ends with Ulf's betrayal. I find it hilarious that Ulf betrays Rhaenyra simply because he can't go out drinking on Friday nights with the boys. When you put it like that, it is kind of funny. What's your thoughts on cat scene where Nikki just stands there, scene with the cat? Almost made me throw up. You can wait for my reaction. I'm not going to be breaking down all the fucking thoughts about every little fucking scene. We got stuff to get through. Not everybody does stay for the post-credit scene. They're just stupid. The Ascension cat prop looked so fake. I literally assumed it was a beloved stuffed animal from a childhood that he had a dog. I thought that initially too. I was like, is this a doll or is this supposed to be a real cat? At first, I do remember that thought going through my head because it did look fake as hell. Let's see. How do you feel about the cat scene? Or about Revolution, where the robots kill a random cat for no reason? Heard complaints about that one. I have no idea what you were talking about. Cat scene in the Robot Revolution, where the robots kill a random cat for no reason. What is that? It's a Doctor Who episode. Oh, okay. I remember. Yeah, that I didn't like that. I mean, you saw my reaction to it. I have a reaction to that episode. Do you actually feel bad for Jean from Brand New Day after she tried to find her sister and she already found out about what happened to her? Oh, of course. I don't know who would watch that and not feel bad. Like, how would you watch that and not be like, well, fuck. It was heartbreaking, dude. Who's a better caretaker role model in this One Piece lineup? Shanks to Luffy, Igaram to Vivi, or Kurohei or Hiroluk to Chopper? Hiroluk to Chopper, I think, out of all of them. Also, my question to Spider-Man movie: what the hell is VBAX? I mean, did you watch the movie? Because it's right there. Like they it's all revealed. It's just the brand of vent. It's just a label on the vent. It's vent max. But the ENT and vent was covered up with tape. Her dying brain only saw those letters. So that's what, it's nothing. It's a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching reveal that it meant nothing because that's just the last thing her eyes saw, her brain read as she fucking died. Let's see. Flash was when he walked to the shop with no prior plans to pick a pre-designed generic tattoo instead of a custom one. Jean had to punish her, shoot 2 or 3 people. Flesh wounds. Basically, every man in theaters I went to cried. Even the asshole next to me and the made a friend crying, made him a pussy, kicked him, and then by accident, of course, on my way out. Tattoo shops at flash sales were again pre-designed tattoos. Is way cheap. It was on the label. The roof ceiling was the last thing she saw. And how do you feel about Joey and Phoebe getting together in Friends? How would I feel about Joey and Phoebe getting together in Friends? And I love Chandler so much. He's funny and he makes me laugh. Matthew Berry. Chandler's my favorite character. I mean, I would be more okay with Joey and Phoebe hooking up than Joey and Rachel. Which happened. I'll just say this because there was quite similar story in the comics with a character with similar powers called Spider Queen, but they would have been a waste of CD. Just go milkshake. That's so yummy. A little future context would be nice, but we could still get some. Who knows? They were bald. Wore suits, big teethy smiles. Which fight scene was the best in Brand New Day? The gene controlled their mind. Scorpion versus Spider-Man or Hulk versus Spider-Man? I'm gonna go Scorpion versus Spider-Man. Curry said he wants to explore other stories with One Wish Willows. Ooh, if we had like a One Wish Willow anthology kind of thing going on, that would be kind of fun. The lady in the shop with the One Wish Willow didn't believe it was real. So I guess she hasn't used or liked the idea of the chill shop guy using the wish to get rid of his anxiety, so got rid of all of it. Yeah, exactly. Libraries also says in a while, just like the pit. Some of the websites are saying that One Wish Willow is real, and the rest of them are saying that they are not real. Nikki could have evidence of the One Wish Willow to the court and call the number, and the lawyer go and buy one and make a wish and see if it's real. If they entertained it at all, that's all assuming that they would actually do any of that too. For in this Brand New Day, that was good and needed more action. I feel like it was a fine balance. I thought it was fucking, yeah, I think it was a perfect balance. It's a character story more than anything, and that's what I've been wanting. Yeah, no, I like it a lot. You've been reading, Chad. We've been talking Spider-Man spoilers the entire time here. Saying it's not a demon. Curry confirmed it was brand new consciousness created by the wish that doesn't have free will, and it's like a newborn. It's not in the movie, so I'm not really going to roll with that. And when I say demon, I'm not literally saying it's a demon, but it is a creepy fucking eldritch beast monster. Whether it chose to exist or not, skittered around like a haunted little like monster thing, can move in reverse, can alter time and whatever. I'm not treating it like a person. Like, I'm not. It's a thing pretending to be human. Like, it knows what's it's also not a newborn. That is contradicted in the movie. I don't care what Curry says in that state. It knows what it's doing a lot of the time. It knows facts. It knows how to manipulate. It knows how people think, talk, react. Even if it bounces around a lot, I don't know. There's so much contrary evidence that it's its own sentient entity that knows what it's doing. I think it's confused at certain points, but I don't know. It didn't even learn. There was no learning about it. It just did. It was a manipulative entity like him. That's why I thought, like, well, I mean, it's in my reaction. So if you've seen it, like, I think it fed off of him. I think they're like connected. Because it thinks that his dead cat is its. So I think part of it is an amalgamation of his own consciousness that created this thing. But I think he and it are integrally combined in a way that he can't separate from. Because remember, she says, my cat died. But her cat didn't die. His cat died. That was the first thing. I've defended Bear and left out some bad parts about his character in his video. like I said, the only like reasonable doubt is when it's completely obscured that any of this is real. After it's completely irrefutable. All of the heinous shit he proceeds to do. Next week's my 18th birthday. Hell yeah. Well, happy early birthday. What's up, Nikki? How are you? How's the move going? Actually going pretty well so far. Hopefully should be making some major steps in the next week or two. Said the director said there's $1 billion in Ian house next to which could be tied back to Nikki as well in court. Well, that contradicts the actual function of the wish. The wish goes away when the wisher dies. So that money should also no longer be there since Ian's dead. So that money should be gone. Do you have to remind yourself not to talk out loud in the cinema? Sometimes now, yes. Because it's become such a reactionary reflex. Sometimes, yes. I have to be consciously not say my thought out loud. Did you know Wish Willow is actually a real thing? You can't buy it. There's a website and there's videos of people doing it. So it's real. Then it makes it. It's made story. No, that website was made for the movie. All of that was made as a viral marketing thing for the movie. Don't understand why it had to be another guy that Steve takes over instead of Steve coming back to life. Oh, right, yeah. I was like, what are we talking about again? Oh yeah, Wonder Woman 84. Saw the video of popular talking an actor who plays a bartender from a session, and they was told him to leave him alone, and he is doing Tobey Maguire referencing by there's a car there, motherfucker, get the fuck out. Okay. What would you wish for? You had one Wish Willow. Wait for the reaction. That is a question that comes up. How do you think the real Nikki was in there, and how do you feel like she felt if she was? I mean, we know she was. That's confirmed, and we hear how she felt. It was just screaming. And she wanted to die. I mean, it's all in the movie. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's not even like an up for interpretation thing there. Absolutely everything they did after that was bad. The cat dies because of Bear's irresponsible neglect of leaving the pill bottle out and not closing it properly, which is foreshadowing to him being unable to be a caretaker. I could see that, like the little way. Like I said, that's one of those movies I would love to go back and rewatch it too, with all the context. His wish had at the end, once Ian died, the $1 billion are still there, confirmed by the director. Bear's wish 2, open-ended. I mean, that contradicts the FAQ on the website about it, though. Since you're making more movies out of it, I'm not going to watch the new one because the first one scared me, and I never watched another one after that at all. I never want to. I had nightmares for 6. I've watched most of the Insidious movies. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I've seen them all. Phil betraying Rainier makes sense since Damon and Rainier treated him and Hugh and the others too poorly. Damon embarrassed Ulf in the streets. Yes, it's not just the Rainier not drinking stuff. It's all of it. But that was the final straw. Always Sunny did Obsession before Obsession. Mac and Dennis moved to the suburbs, had a similar plot bit with the cat. Basically saying that Nikki was the villain and the bear was innocent. I don't know how you watch the movie and that's your takeaway. Because really goes in that movie, she was on the show called 13 Reasons Why, and the boy named in there was what he was playing. The show called Dean Wolf, who played the gay character on High. What's your thoughts on Sarah? It's the actress' first role, and she was working as a waiter while doing it. She was pretty fucking solid, man. If that's her first role, I mean, she was awesome. Rewatched Avatar Aang the other day, still banger. Still BS that I wasn't in theaters. Rewatched Atla for the 3rd time recently. Currently on season 2 of Korra Rewatch. Hell yeah. Sarah did mention that Nikki and Ian slept together, and I think that they were in a relationship or not. She had mentioned that they were sleeping together. It was non-romantic, but they were just fuck buddies. That's all we know about it. Remember the internet trend where they were asking women if they'd rather spend the night in the forest with a man or a bear. Thanks, Obsession, for ruining the only good option. True. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's your light orchestra song, Don't Wear Me Down, stuck in my head. I'm actually struggling to gain weight right now because I'm losing too much due to health issues. It's about how in both directions it can be hard to have control over your own body. For fucking real, man. Sorry to hear about the health troubles, but hopefully, I don't know the conditions surrounding it, but I hope you come out of it on the positive side, at least whatever that looks like or is for you. Not that I want to pry either, because that's your business. Actor who plays Bear is actually gay, and he gets a lot of nominations for playing best villain in Obsession. Ooh, okay. Cool. Our worst critics. Original film was Nikki shooting herself in the head. Ugh. I was so scared. I was real worried she was not going to snap out of that in time. Series Wars doesn't erase a brand new day. What you can do as a result of that. They said some things will be different. Most things will be the same. So we'll see what that means after the fact. Was going to watch a stream today, but on the way, I have to tell you a good day and kiss your green Digimon bunny good night for me. I may remember to do that. How do you feel about Andy being a huge gamer? She even says she loves doing streams, playing Call of Duty, Halo, Last of Us. She even said she wants to stream GTA 6. I mean, that's fucking cool. That's sick as hell. Sick as hell. Apparently, there's a rights issue with Brand New Day with saying the word mutants. So instead, they had to say enhanced or special. Because mutants is specifically tied into MCU projects, while Marvel, I guess, is still... I mean, Spider-Man is still technically a Sony movie. It's so weird how that works. Sailor Moon reference, let's go gay people. I don't know, and I was straight as hell watching that shit for all the right and wrong reasons, I think. As a kid, as a teenager. That's why in the fucking Bare Naked Ladies song, they say, watching Sailor Moon, that cartoon got the boom anime babes that make me think the wrong thing. And the wrong things it did make me think. 6 that with gender stuff like that, enforce strict rules like based on arbitrary BS, let little boys play with the Polly Pockets, what the fuck? Yas, Polly Pockets. Had to beg for a Barbie and then ended up getting a Greta knockoff version instead, and at least Ken was cheap, but he didn't survive my brother shooting him when he was bored. Buh. Thoughts on God of War Lawfully coming out in 2027? Gosh, can't wait. Awesome that it's coming out in 2027. I'm looking forward to... Hopefully, maybe I'll finish Ragnarok by the time that comes out. My mom managed to see Bean and Polly Pockets. Sounds far more disturbing when you see it in writing. I mean, kinda. It still doesn't seem nefarious to me. Meanwhile, parents bought me both Barbies and spy toys for boys and go around acting like James Bond. Are you gonna watch or react to The Night's Jedi? I love it. I currently don't have any plans to. How do you feel about the lack of saving people scenes in superhero movies? Some have them. Feel like it's lacking a lot. Most of them are just like fighting the bad guy movies, world ending only. I think it is very integral, and that's another thing I really liked about Brand New Day. There's a lot of that. I think it's very important to encompass them being heroes to the fucking people. On top of just, obviously, saving the day. That's pretty important. And if the world ends, ain't no saving anybody, you know? So, like, yeah. I do like them actually, like, helping people, though, and seeing that. Waiting to see Elijah's reaction to all the gay stuff. I don't remember any examples, to be honest. Would you want an MCU animated show? I mean, we've got some already. Sure. My mom apparently was talking about a shoe store rep. when I was a kid, and he told me that Ninja Turtle sneakers were for boys, and I was not having it. What if and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur? Well, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is not MCU, as far as I'm aware. It's Marvel, but not MCU. But I guess I could be wrong about that. Gotta run, giant hugs all around, chat Omni. I don't think I'm gonna catch up in time, man. I got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes before I have to, like, leave. So I can make it to my brother's birthday dinner. Let's go. Chris said she was going to take her kids to see Spider-Man, saw a PG-13, decided against it. The movies for people of any age, I think, within reason. Bruce Lee is back, so probably yes, you can get the DVDs now. Apparently was really young. She was not one of the moments. A very part of people was really looked up to her. Got her tattoos cool. She was rad as okay. R.I.P. Monty, we love you. Yes, we do. R.I.P. indeed. I was so stupid enough to eat a spoonful of wasabi because I thought people overreacted to it. All I say, I'm lucky I'm alive. Oh my God, it was horrible. I would never. That had to have been so disgusting. Since X-Men don't exist yet in the Wolverine game, could be game end with them setting up the beginning of the X team for future game. I think there are implications where they were going to be doing something completely different, but maybe. Thursday was called I walked up to Elena a lot. She was really long. Very really recently found out she's a lesbian, and I didn't even know that. Sometimes you just don't know that stuff. I didn't even know she was, and so I don't know, it was a lesbian. When I was a photo was a long ago, the queer community was noticed. So both is now and where now. Okay. Everyone's lawn is skate park to kick flick and drink my surge. Okay. I don't even have an appropriate response for that one. A good Pokemon series is X and Y and Z. It's really good, and a lot of people love it. Teenager from 2002. X-Men cast news and D23 personally related to this month. I wouldn't expect anything like that. Maybe a D23. I mean, maybe. I'm expecting, from everything I've heard, we're going to get more show-related news at D23. But, I mean, that could still have some of that, maybe. Who's to say? We'll see. Very rare. I didn't know that she and I didn't know the lesbian now, both in the same now or in the same. Can you pass Community, which I don't know half of her wife, but now I don't know at all what that last comment was. Can't wait to see hopefully another battle tonight with another final in the finale of House of the Dragon. Maybe we'll have a battle tonight. I have a question. When you watch anime, do you like it to watch it in dub or sub? I honestly like a dub so I can understand what they're saying without subtitles. If I'm watching on my own, most of the time I will probably watch sub. There are some dubs I grew up with that I still love and still would watch or prefer, but if it's something new I'm just starting, I would probably watch it subbed. The only reason I'm doing My Hero dubbed is because it's just easier for everybody to watch while I'm reacting to it. When Damon told Reyna to run, she should have fled on her dragon instead on foot. Hey, when dragons die, man. I don't know that it died though. I think it was still making noises when we left the scene. So up the current Doctor Who, I personally love the idea of the Pantheon. I love seeing all these powerful beings coming out of the woodworks. I like that. As a concept, I did like that. I did. I return. Let's see. Bad communication. Ross Radio. Maybe we take a break. Yeah, I was curious if you were considering watching Leviticus. I don't know if that's something you're into. It's a really good movie. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. One of my friends that came to a birthday party this year was sad because his name is Ariana, and he wants me to take me out to dinner for a date when he gets back from his trip. But the thing is, he wants to make me out. Ariana goes out with me and my dinner, and he gets back into the thing he wants to do the day of bang. Wanted to have a date with me since he was. Okay. I think we're getting a little too personal here. I think we can roll that back. I still don't even understand most of what I just read though. Monica and Chandler thrive because they prioritize communication. It was nice to see. Yes. Evil Ross be like, I'll try to rationally communicate with my partner and not strictly be driven by emotion. Yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about this. He's very horny. He is very horny. Multiple ways. But they had to make a fat joke. Do you think about Aang still had the resentment, had a little resentment to Zuko because of his family and he is the only airbender? No. Never. Second movie, Lady, was insufferable, but it was made to see Indy challenged on his attitude. Second Librarian movie intentionally riffs on this by having the love interest be just as smart. Set of scenes with MJ saying she doesn't love Peter, will never love him again. I think Ned will remember Peter because of the magic powers established in No Way Home. Like I mentioned earlier, I think it was because of the mind meld that happened when Sadie had everybody in the city on lock. John said he wants to do more MCU Punisher now more than ever. I wish Punisher would go away, but he never does. This Punisher, I wanted to keep him around. Did I get the X-Files Lego set? I did. I've got 3 of them now. I thought people did die during the Battle of New York. As far as I know, I don't think anybody did. Yeah, nobody died in the Battle of New York. As far as I know, no one did. There's a lot of property damage, but I don't think anybody actually died. Don't think Game of Thrones sequel would help unless they brought Daenerys or the White Walkers somehow. Keep D&D away from it. Daenerys does not need to come back. That was where that story was always going to go. The White Walkers, something about that has to be fixed. Where House of the Dragon tries to connect to Game of Thrones through the visions of the White Walkers of the Song of Ice and Fire Prophecy, just tune it out because we know where it leads to Game of Thrones. Don't remember how you reacted to it. Sorry. Annalise renewed her membership, or became a new member actually. We'll see. Omni, last question. Do you think? What do you hope gets announced at D23? All I care about is the Kingdom Hearts stuff. So I want a trailer. A new trailer would be sick as hell. VMAX was actually a great way to play on the typical MCU writing about MacGuffins. True. Yeah. Everybody, that's how they treated it for the longest time. Remember when the doctor cuts the power in the hospital and it's treated as a joke? Nope. Actually, I don't remember that, but that's, I can see how that's a problem. But the, oh my gosh, location, but that's typical for me. Incredibly undercut. No, it's weird, but that could easily forgive a human being for hunting another human, rather than a human intentionally hurting an animal. Same. Big same, actually. I should have shoot them in the legs, and then she said next one will be the head. But never got that far. Like, all that stuff, like, it seemed like a threat that I'm not sure if she would follow through on or not. Thought VMAX was like a special maximum security prison or something. I mean, that's it. There's infinite things it could have been, but by the end of it, it is not. It's not. It's just a vent. It's just the vent. It's just an air vent. Is all VMAX is an air vent. It's an AC vent. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thanks you just show. Hoping. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Okay, so there's still quite a bit to get into here. I'm just going to scan real quick. I can't read anything. Great theme. Learns fast. Damn, can't believe Omni is a demon thing from Obsession Phobic. Peter's a villain. Homecoming virtual is better. I mean, it did though. I mean, it Scorpion is all him. Everybody who saw in this, as far as we know, are all him. Let's see. Can't force one film. Damage control. I mean, that's the right. We go into that, but like, yeah. I don't have time touch that one. It was fulfilled right away, so the money stayed. Bear's wish was too open-ended and a bad wish. Okay, interesting. I mean, that still contradicts what the website says, but whatever. And some of this money transported from another location was supposed to be created by the friend there and might not have gone that way when Ian dies. I don't know. Well, the thing is, it literally does come out of thin air. This is something I talk about in it. Is like, it didn't, like, if it was like in a truck, dumped out of a plane, or it just fucking fell out of his ceiling like that. Why? It seemed to have just appeared. Scott was annoying. Better putting the cat in the trash bag was also bad for him. Yeah, that was rough. That's a no-go. Grew something from nothing, so it makes sense entirely undone when he dies. The actress is gonna kill it. Whoever Chris pops off, agreed. Sleeping together doesn't necessarily mean together. I'm single, but I ain't that lonely. Also, is just stupid. I don't think he's just stupid. He has definitely been mistreated, though. Some things are different. Most things will be the same. Like in the comics, then. Some things will be different. Some things will be the same. I heard that before. I mean, they don't have the mutants in the MCU. They said mutant in Miss Marvel, though, I swear. I could have swore they did. There are adults in Sailor Moon, like the lesbian couple are adults. Yeah, there's the two that are there's the two Sailor Scouts that are lesbians. That's true. I just didn't think that's what you were referencing there. But like Thunderbolts first saving the people scenes, same. Superman Thunderbolts have a lot of saving people scenes. There was Superman. Dave Bautista maybe being our new Kratos. He looks similar to Kratos as Drax. True. But man, they're recasting Kratos, and they said they're recasting Atreus next season too. So like, what was even the point at this point? Awesome. If I missed your question, I'm not going back. I don't have time right now. All right. Anything else? That looked like a potential My Hero spoiler, so I'm going to scroll past that. Caught up with the Cape Crusader. I'll be watching the Shadows. Our genius sister needed to vent. Oh my god, that's fucked. Let's see. All right. I think we're good. Good enough. Like, there's nothing else I've seen in the weeds. Yeah, we're good. All right, gang. Sorry for the speedy the departure. But I mean, we've been going for 3.5 hours. I did not get to read everything. Oh, all right, guys. I have a dinner to get to. Thank you guys for hanging out and chatting as always. I will see you guys hopefully without issue next week on our regular scheduled timing, as long as nothing else goes awry or comes up. But if it does, life happens. We'll figure it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your evening and your week. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.